Good evening and welcome to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Service. Your friends out in the patch, W.H. Stone and the whole Stone family at Stone Oilfield, proud supporters of all Lee County and Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat athletics. So tonight, this should be a good one. Welcome to Lovington, New Mexico, Wildcat Stadium and Brian Urlacher Field, as this is going to be a battle tonight between the top-ranked in the Max Preps Matrix, Lovington Wildcats, and the number 3 Artesia Bulldogs. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan patrolling field side, Manny V and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things and running the show back at One Radio Square. Braden Cooper, our camera operator tonight, he will be with us here shortly. So, Don, if you would have said this will be basically a 1-2 matchup, and I think really no matter what Max Prep says, I think these are the top 2 teams in the state. You'd have said, hey, 1 versus 2, and Lovington's going to be 1, moving up to 5A. I'm not sure anybody would have believed you.
Not before the beginning of this season, although I didn't discount our Lovington Wildcats at all, but I think everybody, including a lot of folks in Lovington, underestimated our Cats until they got rolling. First game, second game, third game. I mean, here they are, and they are having a fantastic season. Having said that, I think they're a team that feels, even though they're ranked number 1, they're unbeaten so far, they feel like they have to prove it every time they're on the field. But you know what? I think Coach Bailey and his staff have done an excellent job of taking all of the worry about, or at least as much as possible, away from the team in terms of all of those expectations, self-expectations, and expectations put on them by other people, by the community, by parents, just by
us,
yeah, exactly.
By everybody.
Absolutely. So yes, they are a surprising success story this season, but then again, not so surprising when you look at the really strong foundation over the last several years, at the strength of the program, at the strength of the coaches, of the coaching team, and just everything surrounding this team. You know, they're coming into this very well prepared with that strong foundation and a great attitude, and I think it's just gotten even better. And I know that we're about to take a break.
Well, they're going to do the alma mater, but as we continue on your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, I think you're exactly right, Don. You make a good point, and something that Coach Bailey has said since the very beginning, since before the very beginning. Of course, their motto this year is faith over fear. And I think that is extremely important. They have faith in each other, and they don't fear. And Coach Bailey, every single game, has also said something that I think is extremely important, and that is be who we are. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to be another team. Don't try and be another player. Let's be the Lovington Wildcats. And I think that has played in marvelously to this fantastic 5-0 start that the Cats are off to. A week ago, we were at the Wool Bowl in Roswell, and Lovington taking it to the Goddard Rockets in that one, and over 320 yards of total offense in that ball game, and really could have been more, but getting some younger players in later in the game, just really one of those games where everything went right for the Wildcats. Now, on the other side of things, you've got the Artesia Bulldogs. They come in at 3-2 on the year, but those 2 for Artesia, they are a little bit misleading, because their 2 losses are both to 6A teams, both of them in the top 10 in 6A, Centennial and, of course, Hobbs, when they were here in Lee County about a month ago now. So looking forward to tonight's matchup. Should be an exciting ball game for Artesia. As I mentioned, they come in at 3-2 under Coach Jeremy Maupin, and on the Max Preps Matrix are number 3 in Class 5A, but they have an offense that can turn the scoreboard over like a tilt-a-whirl. 49 points per game. They are averaging against their opponents 37 points a game. Lovington, no slouch in that department either on the offensive side, 38 points per game, while only giving up 20 points per game. Now, I did get a little bit of a scouting report from Coach Andy Sloan. longtime Lovington coach, now Lovington administrator, and he really said keep an eye on the Artesia quarterback, Isaac Casadas. He said he reminds him an awful lot of Casey Perez. He will extend plays with his legs, and he will make throws that you have no idea that anybody could make. So keep an eye open for him. And on defense, and this is going to be important for the Wildcat line to pay very, very close attention to a couple of big boys up front, as he said that you've really got to keep an eye on number 48, Corbin Dominguez. Dominguez is one of the linebackers, and he said you've also got to keep a huge eye on number 59, Caden Grantham, who is a big senior who could create some problems for that very strong, very tough Lovington line. So we will take a timeout as we get ready for the national anthem and for the teams to come out. Your Stonewall Field Services pregame show continues in a moment. Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to your Stonewall Field Services pregame show here from Wildcat Stadium in Brian Urlacher Field. I'm TJ Miracle, high above the stadium. Don Morgan patrolling the famous blue turf. Manny V and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear and running things back at One Radio Square. And Braden Cooper will be joining us here in just a few minutes. He will be our camera operator for tonight. So as we continue the pregame show, Don, this is actually something that Kelly Bailey clued you in on last week. Lovington has not beaten Artesia since 2001. It happened on this field right here. So, and they've played each other every single year since 1974. I believe this will be their 78th overall meeting. Yeah. And Lovington, I think, feeling that they've got probably their best shot in decades, really, to maybe take a bite out of the Dogs.
That's right. And in fact, Lovington hasn't beaten Artesia on their turf since like the 90s, I think. I can't remember what year that they said that was, 93, 96, something like that, maybe even earlier. So, yeah, it is. But you know what? This team, and we've seen a lot of really good and great Lovington teams over the last many years. This team, I haven't witnessed a team playing with this much unity and real unity of purpose. This team, and you know, you're never going to get completely free of some conflict, some personal, you know, some things that happen. You know, you're in high school and emotions run high, and you know you're going to have that stuff. But I think this team is trying harder than any other team to put any kind of factions, in divisions within the team, put that aside when they practice and they play. And I feel that. I feel that this team, you can just feel that the energy is a little different. And you mentioned that the coach has told these guys that they're playing for each other, and that's the first thing they need to do. Not to play for themselves, not play for their school or their community. They've got to play for each other first, and they have to love it. They've got to really embrace the pain, the effort, the sweat, the commitment to football that it takes for this sport, and to love it. Love the bad, but love the good. And that way, when they make it through, when they achieve, it's that much sweeter. They can enjoy it. And I see them having a good time, I think, and really enjoying playing more than any other team that we've seen. And that's not to knock any of them. It's just this team is a little different, and maybe that's their special sauce. I don't know.
Very well could be. And if you are watching on the stream, of course, Braden's not here yet. I'll come over and I'll work the camera until he gets here. Of course, a very long victory line tonight. You may see the balloons with them. It is Remembrance Night here tonight, as Wildcats past that have passed on are being remembered tonight by their friends and family. Now, we don't have a balloon, but we do have to, of course, we will take part in that as well, and send our thoughts skyward with the late, great Gary Sevier. Longtime friend of and employee of the station, longtime voice of the Wildcats, and of course a Wildcat football player and state champion in his own right before he was injured here in Lovington way back when. But we still miss Gary even to this day, and so as the balloons go up to remember Wildcats lost, we remember Gary Sevier here on Z94 KZOR. So the Dogs are rallying up in their end zone. The Wildcats rallying up under the big cat. I wonder why Artesia didn't bring their big Bulldog. They've got at least 3 of them, I'm sure.
The inflatables, yeah. It's interesting. I'm also surprised that the Artesia fans haven't filled up the extra stands, the extra visiting stands that were brought in specifically for this game. I am a little surprised there aren't even more Artesia fans here for tonight's game than there are, and there are plenty of them.
Well, there's still people filing in.
Yeah, so. That's true. Sea of orange. And by the time the game starts or gets underway, maybe they'll all be filled up over there.
I would imagine probably not an empty seat in the house tonight, especially here on the home side. Going to be a very busy one, a much anticipated game. Number 1 versus number 3, and really and truly it should be number 1 versus number 2. As we click down towards kickoff, we're looking at 83 degrees right before kickoff with a very, very light breeze, not much wind at all. The Lovington Wildcats did win the toss and deferred, so we will see them on defense first as the Cats burst out of the tunnel to a tremendous amount of cheers here at Wildcat Stadium. The Bulldogs doing their normal Bulldog pile. Lovington in the home blue unis, the all blue unis with white letters and numbers, the white hats with Cats in script in blue on the side. As the remembrance balloons go up, the visiting Bulldogs in their road white unis with black letters and numbers, orange accents, and orange helmets with Bulldogs in script on the side. So as the teams are out of the tunnel and preparing for the national anthem as they clear off the victory line, we will wrap up your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services. For anything you need out in the patch, remember the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. They can probably take care of it for you. W.H. Stone and the entire Stone family, proud to have them as supporters of Lovington Wildcat Athletics, and I know they are proud to do it. So when we return, we will kick this one off. It is time, the Cats versus the Dog under the Friday night lights from here at Wildcat Stadium as Lovington Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. The hype is over, the lights are on, and it is time for Friday Night Football. The number 1 versus the number 3 team in Class 5A in the Land of Enchantment. On the visiting side of the field is the two-time defending 5A state champion Artesia Bulldogs. 32 titles overall in their storied history. On the home side, your Lovington Wildcats, the defending 4A champs, having to move up in classification this year. And so far, picking up right where they left off. The Wildcats won the toss and deferred, so they will kick it away as we get ready to start this one. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wildcat Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols the famous blue turf of Brian Urlacher Field. Braden Cooper running our camera tonight on HobbsAmerica.com, Lovington Sports YouTube. And Evie Stuber and Manny V back at One Radio Square producing and engineering. And of course, thank you for being with us as we get ready to kick this one off. Back to do the kicking, as always, will be Caleb Aranda. He will be kicking it from the south to the north. And let's play a little Friday Night Football New Mexico style. The Aranda's got it teed up. Artesia, just a quick note, has 93 kids on the roster, and I'm sure we'll be talking more about that as we go through. As Aranda has it teed up, and he is ready to go, and he will boot it away. A high end-over-ender into the night sky. It'll be fielded back at the 3-yard line. They'll run a modified starburst and getting through and making some moves and coming to the near sideline. Artesia on the run. That is Jet Fuentes. He's turning the Jets on. Crosses into Wildcat territory before finally run out of bounds. And yikes, you got to do better in special teams. And that's actually something I didn't get to in the scouting report, Dawn, was special teams is going to be the key to this game. That's what Coach Sloan thought, and he may very well be right.
Right, and that was an indication. Artesia is definitely here to play. Lovington, game on.
Everything runs around their quarterback, Isaac Cazares. He's thrown for nearly 1,300 yards. He's thrown it to about 900 different receivers. And they'll come out with a single back in the backfield. That is Frankie Galindo. He is dangerous in his own right, both running and catching passes out of the backfield. Lovington puts 3 men across the front. Twins left, twins to the right. Cazares waits for it. He'll hand it off. Cazares going to the left side. Galindo gets away from 1, breaks through 2, and he is on the horse, and he is into the corner of the end zone and finally taken down at the 5-yard line. No, he broke through it and gets into the end zone. So the first play from scrimmage, Frankie Galindo had him dead to rights, looked like at the 10, but he's like a bowling ball. You just can't take him down. And 1 play and 6 points for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Artesia strikes first. They punch Lovington in the mouth. How you respond and how Lovington responds will tell the tale.
So Artesia will run the swinging gate. And it looks like maybe they'll decide to go for 2. And nope, now they'll shift over. As on to attempt the extra point, Corbin Dominguez, who's also one of their best linebackers. So he waits out of the hold of Brody McDonald, and the kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, Artesia takes the early 7-0 lead on Frankie Galindo. A sweep to the left side, taking it 41 yards to the house. We'll just keep it right here, Dawn. And, well, now you've been punched in the mouth. Yep. So it's how you respond that is going to matter. Of course, Lovington is a team that has definite firepower too.
They do.
So,
and all it takes is they need that spark. They need that spark to get them going, to come right back, and to know that that they can stay in this game. They can win this game. They have to just not let Artesia get into their heads. I was going to say before the game that that 93-man roster can be really intimidating, and that's partly why they have that many athletes suited up, is to intimidate the opponent, and Artesia is good at that, but Lovington needs to play their game.
They certainly do. Be who you are. That's something that Coach Bailey has presaged and talked about all season long, as Dominguez will tee it up, and he will kick it to the south end zone after a quick score, and that'll be a squibber. It'll be touched. You got to fall on that, and Lovington will. That is Rivero. Get it out at the 23-yard line, and wisely just grabs it and keeps on his knee. So Lovington will have it 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Less than 30 seconds gone here in the first, and Artesia has already struck with a huge kickoff return to start the game, and then 41 yards for Galindo galloping around the left side. So now let's see what the Wildcats can do. They might want to consider just doing what they can to control the clock here. They've been very efficient moving the ball. So they'll come out, and they'll come out in a 3-receiver setup this time. Twins to the right side, single receiver left. I formation in the backfield. Hand it off, and Cardenas gets across the 25 and then is slammed down across the 25 at about the 26, 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 2 for Dallas, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and he ducked and snuck through a little bit, or he wouldn't have gotten that, but good.
Slammed down by Jackson Parker.
And that's, I mean, those are big guys on that line for Artesia.
Artesia puts 3 men across the front, but they are known to bring at least 2 of their 3 linebackers. I formation in the backfield once again. Hand it off as Cardenas starts it one way, comes back to the near side, gets out to the 30 and is knifed down. 3-yard pickup for Dallas. Didn't see anything one way, cut it back to the left, and then he is brought down by number 59, Caden Grantham. He was one of the ones we were told to keep an eye on. And so it'll be an important 3rd down and about 6 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted just shy of the 30. 10.5 to go, important 3rd down early. Twins left, Twins right. Single back in the backfield on the left shoulder is Cardenas, waiting for it, pressure comes, dump it to Cardenas, gets away from 1, comes up the sideline, spin move, and will step out at the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8, and it'll move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Nimble work right there as Cardenas showed his athleticism.
But really, we've got a flag on the play. It'll be holding on the Wildcat.
Here we go.
You got to be very, very careful. Then that's something they have had a problem with this season, is the hold at the line.
Can't shoot yourselves in the foot here. Not against Artesia, not against any team, but tonight it's really important to try to play as error-free, as penalty-free as possible.
So they will march that one back all the way inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Ouch. So 10-yard holding penalty. So it goes from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 16. And Artesia is going to bring the house again, you've got to think. Lovington on their opening offensive drive, trying to respond to Artesia's opening blow. Empty set this time in the backfield. Trips to the right side, Twins to the left. From the near hash mark, Bulldogs show blitz. Moving in, rolling. Prudencio right side, gets away from the pressure, tosses it down, has a man across the 45 at the 47-yard line, and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats. Gutierrez will move it down, and he will pick up. That is 20, let's see, that would be, it's 29 yards to Gutierrez. There we go, and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
And that was great coverage, allowing Prudencio the time to roll out to his right and find Gutierrez, who ran a nice route against a pretty good coverage.
And that's what you've got to do against the bull rush. When they're bringing everybody right up the middle, you got to roll. They'll put twin backs in the backfield once again. Now they're going to show a stunt. Now Lovington going to shift around out of everything. Single back in the deep back is Cardenas. Cardenas sweeps it to the left side, leaps over 1, gets into Artesia territory. Still on his feet at the 45, down to the 44, make it the 43-yard line. Dallas some hard running around the left corner.
He did.
And 9 yards, 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, he bumped into a defenseman and made a spin move and was able to get another yard or 2 out of it there. So nice moves.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 for the Wildcats. 9 minutes to go in the first. Artesia up early, 7-0. But the Cats on the move. Empty gun this time for Prudencio. Matthew waits on it. Sends a man in motion. That is Cardenas. They'll fake the handoff to him on the play fake. Rolling near side. Prudencio in trouble. Sets. Fires. Has a man underneath, but hit just as the ball gets there. Trying to get Gutierrez, and he got leveled for his trouble. Good timing for Brody McDonald, who hit him right as the ball got there.
That was number 33, Adel Villa.
But good timing no matter how you look at it. Got there right as the ball did, so no interference. And it'll be 3rd down and 1, and that's something the Lovington line is going. Oh, no. Do we have another penalty? Nope, it's just the way the ref was moving. So 3rd down and 1. And Artesia is going to try and overwhelm this Lovington line. They're going to bring everybody, and they've got a good line, and they're big. Lovington has to keep things moving. They'll go with the 2 tight end set. They'll move in Reeves and Sanchez. Waiting for it. Put it in. Prudencio keeps it himself, crosses the 40 into a little open space and across the 35 to the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 9 for Matthew on the quarterback keeper and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
And I would call that a classic quarterback sneak. Not just a keeper, but, man, it was a great fake, and it bought him a little extra time.
Put it in the gut of Cardenas, and the linebackers bit, and that let the big boys up front for the Wildcats, especially Rivera and Herrera, open things up, and it gave Matthew what he needed. So from the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Wildcats inside Bulldog territory on the toss on the end around. It'll be Gutierrez, and he is hit after he gains about 2, as staying home and staying right with him on that one was Ethan Kahn.
And Javian Garcia, 29.
So it'll be a pickup of 2 for Jaden. I think he gets probably 2 or 3 more yards if he doesn't keep trying to stretch that one out, if he just turns upfield when he gets outside the hash mark and goes, but was looking for a little space, but good speed from the Artesia secondary.
I like the determination. It's just kind of quiet, steady determination that Lovington's showing with this offensive drive.
2nd down and 8, jumbo set. Now they're going to split a man out wide to the left. That is Olguin. Single coverage on Olguin out to the near side. Back to pass. Prudencio, great protection. Now he's flushed. Rolls near side. Just going to have to tuck it. Take it himself. Takes it across the 25 and a couple extra yards out to the 20-yard line. 12 yards on the rollout for Prudencio. Good movement there and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats. Now inside the Artesia red zone.
Well, Prudencio showing that he's got some moves of his own. He's not just a one-trick pony and not just a one-note quarterback.
And
he can
smart
move when he needs.
Yeah, and very smart for Prudencio. He saw that his line was still corralling the line and there was nobody in front of him, so just turned it up the blue turf. From the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, their 3rd 1st down of the drive. Twins left, Twins right. Back to pass. Matthew with it, steps up in the pocket, tosses Olguin at the 10, inside the 5, and he is slammed out of bounds by Idel Villa. But it'll be enough. 1st and goal, Wildcats. They will mark him down at the 4-yard line. 16 yards to Alec Olguin on the quick out. And the Cats are knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 5.
Prudencio was able to get rid of that very quickly, and Alec with his speed was right where he needed to be. And by the way, that again was number 33, Adel Villa, pushing him out.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Cats going to spread them out. 2 tight end set. Twins to the right side, single receiver to the left. On the option look, and Prudencio keeps it himself and gets buried at the 6-yard line. Nobody bet on that one. And out from the bottom of the pile is going to be Corbin Dominguez. It'll be a loss of 2 on the keeper. And so it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 6. So not anything to worry about. You've still got 3 downs to work with, and I think this is 4-down territory as we click towards the halfway mark of this 1st quarter. Gutierrez going to limp off.
And Cardenas goes in.
So Lovington going to put the big boys up front. Split twins to the right side, single receiver to the left. Of course, no Ryan Weiser tonight. Right. He is out injured. That takes away an option. Rolling near side. Prudencio gets a great block and seals it off. 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Matthew Prudencio from 6 yards out. And the Cats have matched the Dogs. The point after to come. And Dawn, that was a block that was levied by Patrick Sanchez and Valente Herrera that sealed that off and let him come around, as I'm not sure Caden Grantham knew what hit him when Val and Patrick both hit him at the same time. And that sprung Prudencio to the end zone.
It was a great move, great double, and all of the offensive line really stayed in their lanes, did the job, and the end zone dance.
So now the point after to come for the Wildcats. High snap, it's handled, but the kick is away. It is up, and it is good. With 6:20 remaining in the 1st quarter, we are knotted up at 7. Back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat football. Dallas Cardenas on a great block by Herrera, and Sanchez takes it to the house. The point after is good, and the Wildcats tie this one up at 7. 6:20 remaining in the first quarter.
Alex Rivera getting a lot of love from the defensive coaches when he came off as well for a good job on that.
And a high end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded at the goal line. Artesia going to bring it out, and they will run the starburst. Coming to the near side. Lovington not falling for it and staying home, and a fantastic move by the Wildcats. Chase Terrell staying right with his man, as that was Javian Garcia. And no fooling on that one, and the Cats brought him down, and so much better on that return than the first one.
And guess who else was in on that stop? Cameron Ochoa. Welcome back, Mr. Ochoa. He is playing in this game. Yep.
Saw a couple of plays late in the Goddard game, but it'll be good to have him back as more full time. So Artesia on their second drive from their own 20-yard line. 4 receivers set from the shotgun. Rolling right side, Casadas gets a huge block, and that'll let him turn the corner and cross the 25 out to the 27-yard line. 7-yard gain for Casadas, as one of the Wildcats over there got absolutely blown up in pursuit. Double check who that number is out there.
Bronx Ariola.
I think it was maybe Bronx, yeah.
Number 10.
Got absolutely leveled, and that pulled another 3 yards out of it. So 2nd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. Trips to the near side. They will hand it off. Galindo, a little stutter step, gets a hold, gets a block, comes left side. He's around the 40 and across the 40 to the 41-yard line before he is finally brought down after a 13-yard gain. Yikes.
Elijah Rivera, Kyler Reeves in on that stop.
He's carried the ball 2 times for 54 yards. You might ought to think about it. A shoestring little arm tackle is not going to work against Galindo. The kid's a bowling ball, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. He's a senior. He's probably about 5'9" and probably about 220. Trips to the left side, single receiver to the left. First down for the Bulldogs from their own 41. Back to pass. Casadas going deep side and overthrows his intended target, Ethan Kahn, who has been his favorite target all year long. He's got something like 400 receiving yards, but he overthrows him there. He had a step on his defender,
which is Cardenas. And Cardenas has got a lot of speed, but he was still trailing him just a little bit, and even with all of that speed, still that ball was overthrown.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 41-yard line. We are knotted at 7, 5:04 to go in the first quarter. Twins left, twins right. Casadas from the shotgun. Galindo is the deep back with him on the right shoulder. He'll wait on it, low snap, give it to Galindo. Lovington gets through, but Galindo gets away from one, and then the shoestring tackle works that time. He'll trip up after 4 yards, and getting up from the bottom of the pile as well. Turn this way, young man. That way I can see your number. That is big number 71. Yes, ma'am. That's Gabriel Maldonado. 3-yard gain for Galindo. And now it is 3rd down and 7. Time for the hooting and hollering and the towels and the bells to come out. Can't use the horns, but you can use the cowbells. So third and 7.
Lovington fans are getting loud.
Bunching up to the left side. Galindo the deep back. Low snap. Casadas rolls left. Pressured. Steps up in the pocket. Is going to have to turn up, and he'll be taken down across the 45. We've got a flag. I think that'll be a holding on Artesia, but I wouldn't take this penalty, Dawn.
Take the result of the play?
I would take the result of the play.
Yep. We'll see what it is. Yep, it is indeed holding.
It is holding on Artesia. I would decline this one and make it 4th down and 5. And I think maybe that's what Coach Bailey's saying.
I think that is what he's signaling to the refs and now telling the.
So let's see. I mean, that's what it should be, and that's exactly what he's going to do. It'll be a 2-yard gain for Casadas, and that is the right play. And so it'll be 4th down and 5 instead of 3rd down and about 16 or 17. I like forcing them into 4th down. Twins left, twins right. From the 46-yard line. The crowd comes to life once again. Casares from the shotgun, good snap this time. Looks left, throws it underneath. Has a man, gets away and breaks a tackle across the 40 to the 35 and finally bumped out at the 33-yard line.
I think that was Jaden Garcia who put the big bump on him, a big shoulder into him, getting him out of bounds.
21-yard completion to Trent Egeland, and that will be a first down for Artesia. And see, you get 21 yards even on 3rd and 17. It's still a first down. I like the call. From the 32-yard line inside Wildcat territory, 3rd first down for the Bulldogs. Twins left, twins right, far hash mark. Galindo is the deep back. Back to pass, Casares. Pressured, rolls, steps up, goes left side, has a man in the corner of the end zone. And is he in there? Did he catch it? The side judge comes up and he'll say that yes, he did. It's 32 yards. Into the end zone, as that one will be complete to Jack Byers. 32 yards to Byers and the touchdown for Artesia, and they retake the lead.
We're starting to see why these Artesia final scores have been so big.
And they'll run the swinging gate again. On to attempt the point after is McDonald. Or pardon me, that is Dominguez out of the hold of McDonald. With 3:45 to go here in the first, and the kick is up, and it is good. With 3:45 remaining in the first quarter, Artesia 14, Lovington 7. We're back in 30 seconds. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat football. It is a 32-yard strike from Isaac Casares to Jack Byers. The point after is good, and the Artesia Bulldogs take the 14-7 lead. 3:45 to go here in the first quarter of what may turn into a track meet before it's all said and done. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan, fieldside.
Yeah, thank you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Artesia has been scoring a lot of points in their wins, but they've been giving up a lot of points to other teams as well, right?
They have. They've been giving up about little over 37 points a game. It'll be another short kick. As Lovington, you got to field that. It is knocked down and out of bounds.
Well,
so
that's close.
That is very close, as Ramiro Gonzalez will knock it out for the Wildcats. You might ought to think about putting the hands up closer to field those. Just saying. Maybe there won't be another kickoff tonight for Artesia. Well, there'll be one at the third quarter no matter what. But so Lovington will come back out now trailing by 7. Artesia showing the explosive offense, but yeah, you mentioned they do give up a lot of points. Over 37 a game from the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, now trailing once again by 7. Twins to the right side, single receiver to the left. Cardenas in the backfield with Prudencio. Matthew back. Looks, steps, fires, and just out of the reach of Cameron Ochoa. He had him leak out of the backfield and run a little slant out of the backfield towards the far side, but incomplete, as I think he was hearing some footsteps coming up his backside there and just had to try and get rid of it. Cam would have had some running room. Could he have gotten it? It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yep, he had number 11, who is Grant Johnson. And he had 52, 59 as well, who were breaking out of.
So Adonis Chavez and,
Caden Grantham.
Caden Grantham, yeah, he's going to be all over him tonight. Send a man in motion, and they will fake it to the motion man. Prudencio, the option pitch going to Cardenas. Cuts it across the 30, still on his feet, stretches out to the 35-yard line. It'll all depend on the spot. Going to be very close to the Wildcat first down. I think he is going to be just a touch short. So 9 yards officially on the run, and it'll be 2nd down and less than a yard. Nope, they're going to give him the 10. Move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Well, we like that even better.
Yes, we do. First down for the Cats. Nose of the ball right at the 30.
And, you know, Dallas is so good at eking out every single inch he can from his runs. He does it with every spin move, every lunge that he can get.
So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Cats trying to get a drive going. Twins left, Twins right. Low snap, Prudencio bobbles but handles. Now he's going to be flush. Comes near side, sets, fires, sliding in at the 45-yard line and move the chains. First down, Wildcats. Elijah Rivero takes it 20 yards for the Wildcats, and Prudencio showing a lot of poise there to find Rivero. Kind of short-armed it a little bit, but Elijah sliding in and making the grab and moving the chains.
Yeah, we've talked since the very beginning of the season how very cool and calm under pressure that Matt Prudencio is.
So into Artesia territory, 1st down and 10 from the Bulldog 45. Trips to the left side. Cardenas in the backfield, low snap. Prudencio, the option pitch, 2 on Dallas, gets a block across the 40 and then is tripped up at the 35-yard line and out of bounds. Tripped up there by Jet Fuentes, but he picks up enough for the Wildcat first down.
It was number 23, Miguel Soto, that caught him on the ankle with a little shoestring tackle. Awesome, yeah.
7th first down for the Wildcats. Wow, they're not. Yeah, bring the chains out on this one, please. I mean, it's 2nd down and an inch, or it may be 1st and 10. I mean, from up here, it looks like he got it because it looks like the first down marker is on the 35-yard line. The nose of the ball is on the 35.
It is.
And,
yes,
they're going to move the chains. First down, Wildcats. So Lovington moves the chains. 1:51 remaining here in the first. Their 7th first down of the first quarter. So they will set the chains, stretch them back out. And Lovington on the march once again. Inside Artesia territory, 1st down and 10. Jumbo package, Sanchez, the lone receiver, left side. Under center, and they try and run the Statue of Liberty play to Alec Olguin. Doesn't work, and he's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, Artesia just saw that one coming and sniffed it out even before Lovington thought of it.
Actually, I said the Statue of Liberty. It's actually, and I can't remember the exact name,
it's like
a Fumblerooski or the, I'm going to use the Little Giants call, which is the annexation of Puerto Rico. It's a really cruddy old movie. You'll have to go watch it. But
it's called, I heard it as a hide in the woods, it's like a toadstool or a mushroom where you just get the ball and you hunch over and you hide in the woods until everybody runs away and then you come out.
Not a bad thought, but not sure I like it in that situation. Prudencio throws over and overthrows Sanchez, who pulled his route up. Pretty good coverage down the field as Edel Villa continued to run. And so he was actually kind of the intended target on that. So now it'll be 3rd down and 13 for the Wildcats. Don't want to stall out here because of your hide in the woods play. And so it'll be 3rd and 13.
That very distinctive voice that you hear is Daniel Wood, who is the tallest and biggest cheerleader among the team here on the sidelines. A great big voice and a good spirit there.
Twins to the left, single receiver to the right. Cardenas flats out, and on Dallas drops it at the 40 as they were trying to get the wide receiver screen. I think Dallas was thinking about running before he had control of the ball, and so that'll bring up 4th down and 13 in decision time for the Wildcats. Your defense hasn't proven it can stop Artesia. I think you've got to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're clicking down at 40 seconds left in the first half, and you're within.
Twins left, trips to the right, empty gun. Prudencio tries the hard count, does not get the Bulldogs to jump. Looks like they're bringing everybody and the kitchen sink and maybe the band with them. If they can give him protection, he'll have time. Prudencio pressured, rolls left, in trouble, looking, stacking up, firing, and skips it in and almost picked off, incomplete. And over on downs to the Bulldogs with 31 seconds to go in the first. As Grantham was coming up his backside, protection broke down. Prudencio didn't have time to set the feet. And so over on downs to the Bulldogs.
And what I was going to say a few minutes ago is it's not terrible field advantage to give up if you don't make it and have to turn the ball over. I mean, they're at the 38.
So now Casares will bring his squad out from the Artesia 38. Galindo is the back. He comes over to the right shoulder. Low snap, handled by Casares. Pressure, steps up, across the middle, has Kahn across the 48-yard line. Lovington wants incomplete. I don't think they're going to get that call.
Flag over here.
We do have a flag back.
About the time that the ball got let loose.
So 12, that'd be about an 18-yard completion if it stands. I don't think it is. That's in the area of holding.
Pass is complete to number 28, Kahn.
But we'll see. And let's see, the official is not signaled, and it will be illegal receiver downfield. And so that'll wipe out the 18-yard completion. I thought he signaled illegal receiver, but he's marching it back 10. Hey, I'm not going to complain. That is the first penalty of the night on the Bulldogs, and it'll move them back 10, and it'll be first. Nope, it is just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Okay. So it'll be first down and 15 to 24 seconds. And so it'll be second down and 15. I guess from just where everybody was congregating, they marched it off 10. So on a second down and 15, it's also loss of down. Twins left, twins to the right. Low snap, Casares has to direct blockers. He'll come near side, and he'll be driven backwards as he gets about 4 yards and coming up and slamming him home.
That was Aiden Nunez.
Aiden Nunez in on the stop, and also Jaden Garcia. And they're going to let him pick up 4 yards on the keeper, and that will do it for the first quarter. After a quarter of play, Artesia 14, Lovington 7. We're back in a minute. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. On third down and 11, can the Wildcat defense hold? Artesia already leads by a touchdown. They've got its third down and 10 from the Lovington 38-yard line. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan field side. Casares from the shotgun, Galindo on his left shoulder. Back to pass, three-step drop. Corner blitz comes as Casares will step up, gets away from 1, gets away from 2, and is going to be tackled from behind, but not before he picks up about 9 yards. As Casares is slippery, and now it'll be fourth down and 1, and decision for Coach Maupin. He's going for it.
He's going for it.
Oh, wow, they gave him a very good spot, and they moved the chains, so they give him 11 to move the chains.
First and 10.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. 24 yards on 4 carries for Isaac Casares. So ball just shy of midfield from the Wildcat 48-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers left side. Casares waits on it. Snap, give it to Galindo, takes it over right tackle, and he just drags Wildcats 5 yards down the field with him. So it'll be second down and 5, just underway here in the second quarter. 62 yards on 4 carries for Frankie Galindo. Yowza.
As, let's see, that is Nunez coming off.
So it'll be second down and 5 for the Bulldogs. On the march, leading by a touchdown. Just underway here in the second period. As always from the shotgun, Casadas waits on it, high snap. Fakes the handoff, now he'll sweep it to the left side, turns the corner, gets away from one Lovington tackler, and then squirts out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and it'll move the chains for the Bulldogs. Lovington is not bringing these Bulldogs down on initial contact, and they're not wrapping up real well.
Yeah, you've got to go back to the basics of tackling and finish, really finish it.
Put your helmet in
Good
their
technique.
Put your face mask in their numbers and wrap them up. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, their 5th first down of the half.
Of course, Artesia they big, strong, and they make that hard.
Yes.
They make it a hard job.
From the Wildcat 40, Lovington with 3 men across the front. Good snap. Casadas with it, has time, steps up, wants it all, goes left side, and intercepted. Jaden Gutierrez. He'll turn it around and come back, and he coughs it up,
again.
and the ball is out and back into Artesia's hands, and they will be down at the 1-yard line.
Wow, I'm not sure I've seen that happen.
Casadas throws the interception, then Gutierrez fumbles, and it goes into the hands of the man who was the original intended target, Ethan Kahn, who takes it down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he makes
what
them.
in the world?
That's wild.
That is insanity.
Yeah.
That's just the kind of breaks the Bulldogs have gotten in this 20-whatever year win streak. So 1st and goal from inside the 1. So Kahn is going to wind up with I'm going to give him 12 yards on it because that's where he picked up the fumble. Split backs in the backfield. Kind of think Casadas may be on the keeper, and actually that's Galindo who will just take it into the end zone on the Wildcat direct snap. So Frankie Galindo, a 1-yard touchdown, his 2nd touchdown of the night, makes it a 20-7 lead for the Artesia Bulldogs.
If you're the Cats, you just have to put the scoreboard out of your mind and just worry about what the job you can do, what you can control, what you can do. And
so
that's
now each team with a turnover, and it comes on the same play.
Yeah, it's wild.
And they are going to try the 2-point conversion. Galindo, who will then jump past it into the corner of the end zone, complete to number 18, McDonald, and the 2-point conversion. All right, maybe that's what Lovington needs, because that's just a little bit of showboat.
It is.
So with 9:45 to go in the first half, it's Artesia 22, Lovington 7. Back in 30 seconds here on Z94 KZOR. A interception, then a fumble, then a 1-yard touchdown run by Frankie Galindo, who then throws a 2-point conversion jump pass. There was something for everybody on that little segment there.
It was like an aerial flea flicker. That's what it looked like, and it was successful. It was showboating, yep, but it worked.
Well, maybe that was their way of saying, well, you shouldn't have tried the annexation of Puerto Rico on us. So 2 Cats back deep to receive, although you've got to think that they are going to kick it short again. They like to do that. And it will be another short one. It works like an onside kick. You've got to field that, and Artesia gets it on the onside kick. That's why they do it. If they're going to do it, you got to plan for it. We have not done it. 2nd turnover of the night for the Wildcats, and Artesia trying to turn things on here at Wildcat Stadium.
And that ball, sometimes you look for luck because you never know how the ball is going to bounce, and that was a perfect ball for Artesia to be able to get the ball back on that onside kick.
A Wildcat is down on the play. So literally injury to insult now as Artesia, no insult intended. Artesia's playing hard, and they're playing to win. That's what you're supposed to do. But, wow.
And I'm not sure who that is.
You hate to see anybody get hurt. Yep. So with the injury timeout, we will take it with them. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, Elijah Rivero, the injured cat, he is up and off under his own power. So off of the onside recovery, it'll be Artesia football deep in Lovington territory. As I will say this, I don't know why more teams don't kick it into no man's land like that. Artesia obviously has taken that advice, so they will have it at the Wildcat 25-yard line. And it'll be a fumble that bounces right into the hands of the end-around man, who then gets tripped up and dropped. That is number 28, Khan again.
Yes.
And Khan is going to lose 6 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 16. Nice job by the Wildcats to sniff that one out. They're not out of it yet. They're down by 2 scores.
Time to get gritty.
But I think this might wind up being the key possession of the ball game right here. And again, we talked about it during the pregame show, special teams, and right now Artesia winning the special teams battle.
Yeah, you read my mind. That was started to come out of my mouth when that play started.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Galindo is the deep back with Casares. 3 men across the front for the Wildcat defenders. Back to pass. Casares looks right, throws right, has a man on an underneath route, and they will get the yardage back and no more. They pick up 6. And, a little bit of John going on underneath as that one was complete to Khan.
Yep.
So a little laundry on the field. So let's see, and they're going to call personal foul on the Wildcats. They always get the second one, and Khan came up barking, and Lovington responded, 15-yarder, and that'll be a Artesia first down.
You can't take the bait.
No, you cannot, but Lovington did.
That is a Wattis coming off.
So march off the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And it'll be a first down for Artesia. It'll move them inside, well inside the Lovington red zone. They will mark the ball at the Wildcat 13-yard line. As Artesia on the march here, 8:35 remaining in the first half. Artesia scored quickly, Lovington answered, but Artesia's pretty much been all them since. Casares throws it, corner of the end zone, and overthrows Khan. So it'll be incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Actually, I think it was 88. Was it?
Maybe Egeland 86, or maybe Jack Byers 88. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 88, and that is Jack Byers.
Yep, you are absolutely correct.
Little taller, about a foot taller, a head taller.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10, ball at the Wildcat 13. Wildcat defense has got to find a way to stiffen here. From the shotgun is Casares. Send a man in motion, and on the counter, they will hand it off to Galindo. Nobody going to get him around the right side, and he will go untouched into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the first half. And Artesia rolling now 28-7. I think Artesia is thinking maybe they want to go home early tonight.
Yeah, and Lovington is wondering what was the number of that bus that hit him.
It's been number 26, Frankie Galindo, for the most part. And I will say this, and I hate Artesia's fight song. We've heard it entirely too much over the last 18 seasons. At 19 years now I've been doing this for here in Lovington, and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:15 remaining in the first half, Artesia 29, Lovington 7. We're back in 30 seconds on KZOR. As the Bulldogs take advantage of another Wildcat turnover, an onside kick recovered, and then Frankie Galindo around the end, 13 yards to the end zone. The point after is good. With Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle, Braden Cooper running camera. And to finish my thought about the Artesia fight song, I like Artesia. I just don't like their fight song. They've always been very good to us at the schools and in the town. Our friends from Pecos Valley have always treated us very well, so I appreciate the treatment we get when we are there. I just don't like their fight song.
And we don't want to have to hear it that often.
I don't want to hear it anymore
That's
tonight.
Right.
And the kickoff, and this will be a boomer that'll go out of the back of the end zone. And so Lovington will have it 1st and 10 from the 20. So it'll be Wildcat football, 1st and 10 from the 20. Trailing now by 3 scores. 8:15 remaining in the first half. Now Artesia's come out. This is a statement game for them. It is for Lovington as well, but I think Artesia is the one who have really been feeling the pressure. And when you look, though, at the schedules for both of these squads, it's not easy for either one of them. Basically, every game all district season is against a top 7 opponent. So Prudencio back out from the shotgun. Waits, rolls, flushed, looking, tosses underneath, and dangerous pass. Tried to get to Gutierrez inside, and all over the top of him
49, Aiden Huffman.
Was Hayden Huffman. Also in there was big number 66, Stephen Williams. And so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Prudencio was misfired on his last 4 shots.
Well, he's
and that one, trying to force that into a window with 3 Bulldogs, extremely dangerous.
And he's got, big guys on his heels, in his face.
Bunching everybody up on the left side, single receiver right. Hand it off to Cardenas, and he's going to get to the 21 before he's gang tackled by a swarm of Bulldogs, led by big number 90 in there. That's Sergio Robles. 1 yard for Dallas, and it'll be 3rd down and 9. And Don, I did hear the coaching staff hollering at the offense just a minute ago, telling them one play at a time.
Right.
As Dallas's helmet pops off, he has to come out for a play. Kyler Reeves will check in. 7.5 to go, 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. You do not want to give it right back to the Bulldogs here. So they'll come out, trips to the right, single receiver to the left side, right in the middle from the 21-yard line. Prudencio pressured, rolls, fires, and over the head of a leaping Gutierrez, as coming up his backside, coming untouched pretty much on a safety blitz was Brody McDonald.
Yeah.
Yowza.
And he just had a head of steam heading for him. So
it'll be 4th and 9 and punt time for the Wildcats. As looking for the number of the orange bus that hit him. I think it said Mac 1 in the parking lot.
Of course, reference to Mac Energy of Artesia.
And the punt almost blocked, but Sanchez gets it away. It'll take a little bit of a Wildcat bounce.
Flag.
And then it'll go inside the 40, and yep, we've got a flag at the 35. So you may have an illegal man downfield, but I'm betting you got a block in the back. Could have roughing the kicker. Let's see who they're going to call, what they're going to call. The official holding on Artesia. But it'll come after the kick, and so it'll be Artesia football. It'll just move them 10 yards further back from where they were. 7:06 to go here in the first half. Artesia, 2 penalties for 15 yards. Artesia's been flagged, or rather Lovington's been flagged twice for 25. So it'll be Artesia football, 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line, as the Bulldogs look to add on to their 22-point lead. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Casares with it, has time. His protection holds, has a man across the middle, and Kahn drops it. He had him on the slant. He could not hold on to it. He would have had a lot of blue turf to run across. As how do you lose their number 1 receiver coming on a crossing route? I don't know, on a slant. But they did, so Lovington dodges a bullet, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. As a stunned silence has descended on the blue and white side.
Well, you've got some Lovington fans really coming alive, making some noise, trying to get everybody to, and there they come. They're coming alive.
2nd and 10 Galindo on the left shoulder. They'll hand it to Galindo. Goes left, has a hole across the 40, 45 to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and finally tiptoes the line, still on his feet, and gets down inside the Lovington 30 to the Lovington 22-yard line. Let's see, that's 20, 30, 40, 45, 49 yards for Galindo. Yikes, that'll put him over the century mark unofficially. That will be 125 on just 7 carries.
Wow.
And actually they move him up to the, that's 49 yards. So first down and 10. They're 8 first down of the half. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Casadas fakes the handoff, will keep it himself. Shakes and bakes, drags a man with him inside the Lovington red zone and down at about the 17-yard line as Casadas wiggles and shimmies and shakes and drags his way to an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, one of the defense, now bringing him down was Maldonado finally, but somebody had his jersey stretching it out from the back, and it was not stopping him.
I didn't think jerseys were supposed to be made out of spandex.
Yeah, it looked like that one's made out of pure Michelin rubber.
So it'll be second down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Inside the Lovington red zone at the 17-yard line. Lovington, a little bit of a hesitation, did not come offside. They will hand it to Galindo. He breaks it to the right side, and he will step out and be run out and ridden out into that swarm of orange and white over there after a pickup of 3. But it'll be enough for the Artesia first down, and he gets out of bounds, so it stops the clock at 5:57 to go. Ball at the 15-yard line. 128 on the ground, an impressive night for Frankie Galindo. As Artesia knocking on the Wildcat door once again. Twins to the left, twins to the right side. Single back in the backfield is Galindo, and a whistle sounds, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Jeremy Maupin. So with 5, they're going to say that Galindo needed to come out, so we'll have a new running back check into the ball game. And that'll be number 27. I'll catch his name for you here momentarily. That is Pata, and they'll throw it onto the near side, and that'll be complete to number 88, Byers, and he is inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line.
Dragging 3 cats with him.
And so Byers will pick up another 8 on that completion. He's got 2 catches for 40 yards, and it'll be second down and about 2 for Artesia. A very efficient 67 yards on 8 attempts for Isaac Casadas. But now inside the 10-yard line, they can get a first down without a touchdown. Galindo back in the ball game. 3 receivers set, 2 tight ends in the ball game. Lovington shows blitz. Back to pass, Casadas, and he is going to be hit and dropped back at the 15-yard line. Sack for the Wildcats, as credit that one to Patrick Sanchez. First sack of the night, and that'll be a loss of 7. Something to hang your hat on there, looking for a bright spot.
That's right.
First sack of the night, but it's still Artesia ball. It'll be third down and 10.
Sanchez got him, and
now
Alex
Coach
Rivera
Coach Maupin going to take the timeout. 4:49 remaining in the first. We'll take it with them, or in the first half. Back in 30 seconds. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Out of the Artesia timeout, they will have it third down and 10, but they are at the Lovington 15-yard line. Patrick Sanchez gets the sack to force him out. Coach Maupin takes the timeout to talk about things. They need to get it down to the 5-yard line for a first down. They are going to go for it, obviously, on third down. As Casadas with it, steps up, fires on a crossing route, batted and almost picked off as the intended target on that one.
It was 28.
Okay, was Kahn, and he couldn't handle it.
O'Geen had a hand on it, almost the INT.
So now it will be 4th down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Inside Lovington territory, yeah, they're going to go for it. No surprise there. That's exactly what I would do. Waiting for it is Casadas. Back to pass, steps up, fires, crossing route, and that one will be picked off as that'll be the second INT for Gutierrez, and he will get that one and hold on to it.
Yep, that
And
was
they
intended for Jet Fuentes.
He would have been better off to actually just knock it down, let it go. It would have gotten him about 5 yards, but hey, you'll take their second turnover of the night. See if you can transition that into a score here before the end of the half at the 5-yard line. And I don't think I got to tell anybody on the planet what Artesia is going to do defensively here. They're going to bring everybody and the kitchen sink and the band and maybe 2 or 3 of the fans too. They're going to want the safety here and to get the ball back. So it's up to Lovington to make sure that doesn't happen. Twins to the right, twins to the left. Low snap, Artesia handles it, pressured, rolls, goes left, steps out of the end zone, and he will be sacked. It will be a sack, and he will be 4 down. First sack of the night for the Artesia defense. As number 13, that's Guile Ruiz, and on the stop. And also big number 48, Corbin Dominguez. So that's a big sack, and now it's 2nd down and 14 from the 3-yard line.
Ouch.
Now they're in their own end zone and playing with fire. Matthew with it, waits, steps up, fires, and in and out of the hands of Sanchez, who gets drilled right as the ball gets to him. Artesia on extremely tight with Grant Johnson incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 14. Prudencio has missed his last 6 pass attempts. As since that very first drive of the game, Lovington has pretty much had nothing going. Thanks for being with us tonight here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR Hobbs app, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Trips left, twins to the right, empty gun for Prudencio. Matthew rolling right, steps up, is hit, tosses out, and into the neighborhood of Kyler Reeves. Thank goodness Kyler was in the neighborhood, or that would have been a sack. Incomplete. It'll be 4th and 13, punt time for the Wildcats. And the bad thing about that whole series right there, Dawn,
Yes.
is it took a minute off the clock.
Right.
And Artesia still has 2 timeouts.
Yeah, the clock is Artesia's.
And they are going to bring everything again, including the
Bet.
kitchen sink, the band, and most of the fans to try and block this punt. Sanchez with his heels right on the end line. High snap, Patrick gets to it and almost gets it blocked. It'll be fielded, though, in good field position at the 25, to the 20, turning the corner to the 10, cut it back inside, down to the 5, and a flag on the play as Charlie Campbell takes it to the 5. We may have a block in the back. We may have a hold downfield. Lovington's just got to hope it's in Artesia.
Once again, Artesia special teams coming through big time for them.
Yes, they are, and it'll be illegal hands to the face in Artesia, or maybe that was a hold. This guy kind of does them both the same way. It's a 10-yard penalty no matter how you look at it. So 3 penalties, 25 yards now against the Bulldogs, but all it does is move them back 10 yards from the spot, and so they're still inside the 30 at the Wildcat 28. They've been living inside Wildcat territory tonight. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Cat 28. The Dogs on the march once again, trying to prove that they are the number 1 team in the state. And so far here in the first half have looked like it.
Some movement there and a flag.
Yep, false start on the Bulldogs. 4th penalty, 30 yards on Artesia. Score update coming in from over the mountain tonight as Hobbs at Alamogordo. Late in the first half, Hobbs all over Alamogordo, 35-7. Thanks to Tiff for sending that in for us on our sister station, Cool 95.7. So it'll be first down and 15 for Artesia from the 33-yard line now. 3:33 to go here in the first half. Casadas to pass, goes left, has a man, and gets the 5 yards back as he drills that one into Byers. So it'll be second down and 10. 72 yards through the air for Casadas. But they've got over 150 on the ground, so pretty good first half for the Artesia Bulldog offense. They want to score again here before the end of the half. They do still have 2 timeouts to work with. 3 minutes remaining, 3 receivers left side. Hand it off. Galindo, delayed handoff, has room. He's to the 20-yard line before he is slung down. It'll be a pickup of 8.
Yeah, and he was down, but he kind of got up and then somersaulted a few more yards, but they're going to spot it where he was down. To
the 20-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 1.5 yards now as Artesia going to sub in some new players. Galindo comes out. See who they put in the backfield with him this time. It's actually Kahn who brings the play in, and he will stay in as the deep back. In a split back. Actually, it looks like he's going to take the snap as a Wildcat, and a whistle sounds, and trying to get a man on the field. So before time expired. So timeout Artesia. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thank you to our friends at Bob's Thriftway, Eastern New Mexico University, Battle Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Miko Companies, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, Lovington Schools, Devon Energy, Stone Oilfield Services, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply, Napa, Master Plumbers, and the Lake County Electric Cooperative. Of course, we got your Lovington Auto Supply, Napa Know-How halftime show coming up, Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation, and a big thanks again to all those sponsors. Make it possible for us to bring you these games and not have to charge you and not have to beg for donations. So we don't think that's right, and we don't do it, and we don't have to even think about it because of those great sponsors you see there at the bottom of the screen. So out of the offensive confusion timeout, Artesia will have it third down and 2. They will be in the Wildcat. Kahn is the middle back in a 3-back sandwich. And they will snap it to Kahn. He will go left side and just go forward 3 yards, and that'll move the chains for the Bulldogs. Needed about 1.5 yards, got 3, and that is their 10th first down of the half. 2:03 remaining. And Artesia once again in the Lovington red zone. They have been feasting in that zone here tonight.
And Artesia, except for the drive where Lovington was able to get in the end zone, put their only score on the board, Artesia has dominated possession.
Yes, they have. From the 17-yard line, first down and 10 as Galindo will move over onto the right shoulder this time. Handed off Casadas on the counter. He'll come left side to the 15, and Lovington gang tackling him there. It'll be a pickup of 2 for Galindo. He's averaging nearly 14 yards per carry. And to bring him down after 2 makes you feel kind of warm and fuzzy.
It's a small victory, but we'll take it.
So now it'll be second down and about 8. 1:15 to go here in the first half. Formed to maybe, Casadas back to pass. He'll gun it across the middle, complete inside the 5, and stretching out is Kahn to the 3-yard line.
That was a bullet of a throw, one of the hardest thrown balls of the season, and it was totally on target. And then Kahn, stretched it out and got another 1.5 yards at the very end of it.
So now it'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs. They'll put twins to the left, one to the right. Tight end in the ball game. Casadas rolls to the right, little shake and bake, goes to the end zone, dives forward and in. So Isaac Casadas will go in from 3 yards out. And it's a one-sided track meet as the Bulldogs go up 35-7 with the point after to come. 47 seconds to go here in the first half. Then as we await, are they going to run a fake once again? Nope, they'll run the open, they'll run the swinging gate, close it up, and get ready to kick the extra point. with Dominguez. As the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is into the night sky. And good. 47 seconds to go here in the first. 36-7. We're back in 30 seconds. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. The Artesia Bulldogs take advantage once again of good field position and cap off another drive inside Wildcat territory with a 3-yard keeper for Isaac Cazares. The point after is good, and I don't think anybody saw this one coming. The Wildcats trailing the Bulldogs now by 29 points. We are late in the first half. 47 seconds to go in the first half as Dominguez steps up on the ball, and he will send this one high and deep. Lovington fields it back at the 3, bringing it to the near side. That's Sanchez to the 10, to the 15, around the corner, and Olguin out to the 18-yard line.
Took a tough hit.
Yes, he did.
He was kind of bowled over when he got hit.
Big hit put on by Bryce Pata.
Yep. He's up. He's okay.
Well,
probably not feeling good, but he's walking.
Yeah, anytime you get hit like that, it is not going to feel good. And so it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcats from the 18-yard line. I'm not sure if I'm Lovington. I don't just take the knee here and try and reassess what's going on at halftime. They are coming out in formation, though. Twins left, twins right, back to pass. Prudencio throws it underneath, complete at the 20. Looking for some running room across the 25 to the 30, out to the 32-yard line. It'll be a 12-yard completion, but a late flag coming in.
Yeah, that was number 21 who got him by the jersey and really
Rivero,
brought him down.
And it'll be personal foul, horse collar, so we will add 15 yards onto the end of that one.
Hayden
and
Harcrow
move the chains first down Wildcats.
Yeah, he was the, Harcrow was the Artesia Bulldog who brought him down.
Artesia now with 5 penalties for 45 yards, and we'll tack 15 onto the end of that one. So 31 seconds to go. Lovington still with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, and it would be amazing for them to be able to score and go into halftime with that
momentum.
bright spot and that momentum, and then they'll have the football to start the third quarter.
Twins left, twins right. Blitz comes. Prudencio pressured. Now rolls, going left, looking for help. More pressure, fires, and overthrows.
No, it was
Sanchez on the
complete.
Far side.
I think he got it, but I'm not sure he stayed in bounds.
Nope, he caught it out of bounds.
Yep.
Nope, they're going to say he did.
Oh, hey, all right.
So Sanchez with a 4-yard completion.
Doing that little shuffle.
Well, nope, they're going to say incomplete. Make up your mind, boys.
Right, back and forth, back and forth. Nice try, though.
Incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Wildcat 47-yard line, 22 seconds remaining. Maybe take a shot at the end zone here. Just send your jet route and
why not?
Toss it up and see if somebody can go get it. You've got good speed. They'll throw it across the middle. It'll be complete just shy of the 50 to Patrick. Crosses into Artesia territory, and he is slung down
again, Hayden
Harcrow. It'll be a pickup of 7. Make that 6 for the Wildcats. First catch of the night for Patrick Sanchez. We'll just keep it right here.
You know, a lot of this game, some of the Lovington defense have grabbed jerseys and tried to stop Artesia with that jersey move, and Artesia's slipped out of it. So it's a shame it's not going both ways here.
And another score update coming in late in the first half over in Hagerman. Tatum leading the Hagerman Lake Arthur. I don't know what they're calling them, the Panther Cats or the Bobcats or the Panthers or what they are. It's a co-op school now, but Hagerman trailing our Tatum Coyotes 32-6 over on the Tatum Sports YouTube channel. You know, the co-op rule is a bit odd in this state. Like I said, what do you call a team when you put them together? Do you put the mascots together?
I don't know.
I wonder about things like this.
Do you have to come up with a new mascot? Different one?
Well, Fort Sumner never has, and they've been co-opted with House for decades now.
So I guess you choose one and go with it?
I guess so.
It's a good question.
Like I said, I think the Lake Arthur Hagerman Panther Cats would be a
double cats.
There you go. They're both cats. I mean, one's a bobcat, one's a panther. So the things we think about. 14 seconds to go out of the Lovington timeout. 3rd down and 4 for the Cats. Firing it and complete. Gutierrez with the seam to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Put it in the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Gutierrez curled it in and takes it in from 47 yards out. And the Cats have a pulse late in the first.
And what did we just say? I think the words are still hanging in a balloon over the field somewhere. I said it would be awesome for Lovington to be able to get a score right before the half. Go ahead and take that momentum in with them and then have the ball to start the third quarter.
And Gutierrez found a soft spot in the zone and curled it in and then turned around, made one guy miss and then took it home. Lovington going to go for 2 on the jump pass the other way, but it is low and not able to scoop it up. So with 5 seconds to go, the attempted jump pass, Lovington trying to get an extra point back, but hey, you'll take the 6 any way you can get them. But there is flags on the play. Well, maybe Lovington gets another shot at it. Let's see, and we'll have incomplete pass, and it'll be personal foul Lovington, personal foul Artesia, offsetting penalties. And so Lovington will just kick it away. It's like it never even happened. So we'll just keep it right here, but an important score for the Wildcats.
You bet.
5 seconds to go. And maybe, just maybe, and I'm just thinking out loud here, you do an onside squib kick here because as soon as the ball touches the turf, the clock starts ticking. Even if you don't get it, you don't leave them any time.
Right. Good thought.
But there's a reason, and I've always said this, and I will continue to say it as long as I'm doing football or any sport play-by-play. There's a reason I'm up here and not down there. So let's see what the Wildcat coaching staff thinks here with 5 seconds to go. Yeah, I'm not sure I give Artesia any chance to return it.
Yeah, their special teams have been
and they're bunched up right in the middle, so maybe you kick it over to one side and see what happens.
Yeah,
you will have the ball to start the half, so that's a good thing for the Wildcats.
Timeout Lovington.
So Lovington going to take their 3rd and final timeout, so we'll take a moment to say a big thank you to Lee County Electric Cooperative Master Plumbers, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, the Miko Companies, First American Bank of Lovington, Stone Oilfield Services, Devon Energy, Lovington Schools, Man Welding, Cannon Safety, Eunice Pump and Supply, Battle Energy, Eastern New Mexico University, and Bob's Thriftway, making it possible for us to bring you Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and HobbsAmerica.com. Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation coming up. Going into the locker rooms, and then your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Immediately following that, as Lovington trying to resurrect themselves from the dead here. As Artesia comes out on the first play from scrimmage and scores, then Lovington marches it down the field and answers, but since then, it's been all Bulldogs. So the Cats will go back out to kick it away. Artesia bunching everybody up in the middle. And Lovington may be thinking about doing an onside, and I think that's not the worst plan in the world. They're going to spread everybody out, though, like they're going to kick it away. As Aranda will put the boot into it. He will kick it from the left to the right. That is the north to the south. And he will put this one on the turf. Right move. Right into the hands of one of the up men who will come near side and be upended at the 35-yard line. As crunched as Porter Hardiman, and that will run out the clock. And so we head to the half Artesia in the lead of this one by a score of 36-13 as they score 22 points in that half. Your Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation coming up here in just a couple of seconds as Coach Bailey heading over to Dawn Morgan.
Hey, Coach Bailey. All right, tough first half. This is the first game of the year. You've been down this much going into half, or been down at all. What did you see out of the first half? Artesia dominating possession time and the scoreboard.
Yeah, we made some mistakes. I think we're playing a little slow, a little timid on some things, and that's the exact opposite of what we talk about. So, I'm not mad at them. That's on me. I've got to get us ready to go. And so, playing a little timid and not playing fearless. So we got to have faith that we can still play with this team. I think we can play with this team.
You'll have the ball to start the third quarter. What's the key going to be to overcome the challenges that Artesia is handing you offensively and defensively?
We got to play faster. We're guessing. We're standing around looking and guessing and hoping somebody else makes a play. Got to go. We got to go. Got to play faster and just trust each other that if I don't make the play, somebody else has my back. Don't play scared. I don't care if you make a mistake. Make it 100 miles an hour.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks, Don.
All right, Dawn Morgan and our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation going into the half. Artesia leading the Wildcats 36-13. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. It is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, at some point you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Artesia out to the big lead in this one. They are over the Wildcats 36-13 as we head to the half. So let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We will start with the visiting Bulldogs of Artesia. Isaac Casadas is 6 of 12 for 85 yards, 1 touchdown, a 32-yarder to Jack Byers, but he has thrown 2 interceptions. Now, that's a little misleading because one of those interceptions turned into a Lovington fumble, which turned into a recovery on the 1-yard line. But to be statistically accurate, it does still go in the books as a turnover. On the ground, it has been the Frankie Galindo show. 10 carries, 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Casadas has carried it himself 8 times for 35 yards, including a 3-yard touchdown. He was sacked once by the Lovington defense for a loss of 7. Ethan Kahn with 3 carries for 9 yards. Through the air, Byers with the most catches, 3 catches, 45 yards, including that 32-yard touchdown. So if you're keeping up with home, that is 182 collectively on the ground, 85 through the air, 267 total yards tonight in the first half for the Artesia Bulldogs. They were flagged 5 times for 45 yards, got 10 first downs in the first half, scored 14 points in the first, 22 in the second. That's how they get to their 36 on the board. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats. For Matthew Prudencio, he goes 6 of 15 for 130 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. That touchdown, a 47-yarder late to Jaden Gutierrez on a curl route. Gutierrez does lead the receiving corps, 2 catches for 76 yards. Elijah Rivero also a couple of catches for 32 yards. Hard sledding on the ground. Dallas Cardenas 7 carries for 41 yards. Prudencio has got 4 carries himself, but for 15 yards, was sacked once. Oh, Dallas did have a 6-yard touchdown run too. I don't want to leave that out. Alec Olguin lost 3 yards on the annexation of Puerto Rico. And Jaden Gutierrez on an end around with 2 yards. Lovington with 2 turnovers in that first half, a fumble after an interception and then losing an onside kick. So 130 through the air, 55 on the ground, 185 collectively for Lovington in that first half. They were only flagged twice for 25 yards, so pretty clean first half. And they did get 8 first downs in that first half, 7 in the first, 6 in the second. That's how Lovington gets to their 13 on the board as the Big Blue Band outperforming tonight. They do have, I was told, their entire show out on the field as they get ready for their competitions. Of course, best of luck to them. And I have been notified actually by our licensing organization that we cannot, we actually cannot bring you the audio other than in the background of these of the bands, because it triggers all kinds of licensing rights and fees that we can't handle and take care of in advance. So we appreciate you watching. You should be able to see them on the screen there. So as the Big Blue Band performs, we will take a 2-minute timeout, come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napanoa keys to the second half. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napanoa halftime show on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from here at Brian Urlacher Field. The Wildcats trailing the Bulldogs 36-13. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrolling the blue turf at Brian Urlacher Field. Braden Cooper running our camera tonight. And Manny V and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So, Don, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half.
Try to, yeah, you turned me off. I was just waiting for you to turn me back up. Control, you're going to have to stop Galindo and control Artesia's special teams. And as Coach said, find a way to spark your own offense despite, a great defense by Artesia. I wasn't expecting for their defense to look so good against Lovington tonight because, again, their defense has really been allowing teams to score quite a few points on them so far this season. But they've been doing a good job of containing Lovington's defense and also, just controlling the time possession of the ball. So Lovington's going to have to get the ball back. They're going to have to do, they've got some scoring to make up. So they're going to have to work quickly and working faster, making decisions faster, being decisive out there is what Coach Bailey talked about in the halftime chat. So I know that is what they're going to be pushing and looking to do when they come out here to have the ball to start the third quarter.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, and I think important for the Wildcats, they need to come out and they need to do unto others as was done unto them. They need to immediately punch Artesia in the mouth, and you're right, they've got to find a way to stop Galindo, and the way to do that, they are making contact at the line. They are making contact, but in college and pros, they call it YACs, yards after contact. Galindo is absolutely running us into tomorrow in the yards after contact. Of his 138 yards, probably 100 of them have been after contact. So you've got to wrap him up and drop him on initial contact. You can't just try to reach out and get an arm tackle. Like I said, you're not going to arm tackle a bowling ball.
Yeah, go back
to. It is physically impossible to do so. Grab him, wrap him up, and slam him down.
Go back to basics on tackling techniques and make sure that you make a final stop against them.
On special teams, too, you've got to make sure that you are controlling your lanes. They've kind of bit a couple of times on the modified starburst that Coach Maupin runs, and you've got to, everybody on that special teams has a guy. He's your responsibility. Stay with him until you know for sure where the ball is, and don't let them get any more big returns. Now, when they're kicking off, no, they are going to kick it short, at least most of the time, and they're looking to get it in no man's land where they can run up and get it. Remember, in football, any ball that goes further than 10 yards is a live ball. It's anybody's ball. If one goes 18 yards and drops between, you can't just watch it and go, oh, well, I guess we'll take it here.
It's fair game.
No, it's not a punt. It's a fair game. It's fair game, and you've got to grab that thing and jump on it. In Lovington, a couple of times, almost giving it up. 2 turnovers that turned into 2 touchdowns for Artesia in that first half, one of them on special teams. So going to be extremely important for the Wildcats to control. Defensively, tackle, wrap up, and do what you've got to do. Special teams, stay at home, and then offense, you've got to give Prudencio time. He's done a nice job, Don, of rolling out and buying himself some time, but if you're that Wildcat line, you've got to give him more than 1/1000 to make a decision, because, that Artesia line has been all over him like the Wildcat jersey he wears. He's going to need a little time to find an open receiver.
Yeah, Artesia's just been running through Lovington's, line like a knife through butter.
So very important for the Wildcats to make some adjustments. I have a feeling that they will, and, hey, all you can do now is come out and try and win the second half for Artesia. They're going to want to get this to a 35-point lead as fast as they can to call it early and to send a message to the rest of the state. So how's it going to go? Well, I don't know, but we will find out as an extra long halftime show here tonight with both bands performing, and also the little cheerleaders camp which recently took place performing tonight. So we've still got Almost 5 minutes left, a little more than 5 minutes left on the halftime clock. Plus, we've got 3 minutes of added time for warm-up. So we'll go ahead and take another quick timeout, come back and continue Wildcat football in your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. We're on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wildcat Stadium. Don Morgan on the blue turf at Brian Urlacher Field. Braden Cooper, our camera operator tonight on Lovington Sports YouTube and Hobbs America. Evie Stuber, Manny V, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. And haven't done this tonight, but want to remind you, please subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Absolutely free to subscribe, by the way. And once you subscribe, you always know all about what's going on in the Lovington sports world, all of our broadcasts, and it could be worth $100 free to you. That's right, every 1,000 subscribers. We had our 1,000th subscriber last season. Hopefully we'll get to 2,000 this season. I'm going to pull $100 out of my pocket and give it to one random subscriber just to say thank you for subscribing and watching on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, that doesn't come from the sponsors. It doesn't come from the station. That comes out of my pocket just as a way of saying thank you for supporting the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and supporting us. We definitely do appreciate that. As the Bulldogs are back out of the locker room and heading over to their banner to break through for the second half, leading this one 36-13. Lovington not out of the locker room yet. I would imagine there's probably a little bit of smoke and fire going on in there. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, some motivation and hopefully some answers, some things to try.
And you're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. You're down by 23.
Yeah.
And you still got a half of football to play. Lovington has the offense to come back, but they're going to need the defense to get a couple of stops. They have not managed to do that at all tonight. So something they are going to have to work on that as the city of Artesia runs out onto the field. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to get up to some mischief in Artesia tonight, you probably could, because between the 183 kids on the field and then the stand's pretty well packed. I'm not sure who's left over there. A lot of folks here, though, and we appreciate that. And, of course, we wish all of our friends in Artesia, safe travels tonight. And if you are watching from Bulldog Country, thanks for watching and listening to us. We definitely appreciate that. So the Bulldogs are back out on the field as the timing expires on the normal halftime, an extended halftime today with both bands doing their full shows and with the Lovington Cheer Camp kids performing. So we will wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue. The Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, you will get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. 36-13 Cats trail. We're back in 2 minutes for the second half. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Braden Cooper on the camera tonight on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Manny V and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square tonight. So getting ready for the start of the second half. Lovington just has to forget the first half ever happened and come out and do unto the Bulldogs as they did unto them. But it's going to be a tall order, but if any team can do it, it will be the Wildcats, Dawn.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was double checking to make sure I'd turned back on. I'd muted that down earlier when some of the noisiness was going on at halftime.
So Lovington will have the ball first by virtue of winning the toss and deferring. So they need to come out and see what happens as we have a flag on the field immediately. Or did they flag us for delay of game?
Delay for long halftime?
They may have, because you have to get everything done within a certain amount unless both teams agree to the extended halftime. And I think Coach Bailey's going to go ask about it. That would cost them 15 yards on the kickoff. But yeah, they threw some laundry out there.
Okay.
But it looks like maybe, I don't know, the officials over there, and they're standing at the 40-yard line.
Well, they're conferring.
They are conferring, but the white hat hasn't signaled anything.
Yeah, they're signaling now. They threw the flag.
And it's on Lovington.
Yep. That's got to be what it is.
Yeah, it's got to be delay a game. And it is, and so they'll march Artesia 15 yards up. Now what this potentially does here, Dawn, is Artesia can now go, let's do an onside kick and see if we can get this one.
Yep.
And so the delay of game
could change the kickoff strategy here.
It
for
very
Artesia.
well could.
And change the return strategy for Lovington, and ability or capability as well.
And something might have been, 15-yard delay of game coming out of the half. Yeah, that would be a 15-yarder. So Artesia will put the ball at the Lovington 45, and that's where Dominguez will pop it up. And you've got to think he is going to go with a shorty here. And, yep, they will put it into no man's land as Lovington, that one is loose. And fight for it, fight for it. Both teams are pointing. They've got it. Who has it? And I think they
Lovington
signaled
does.
Lovington. So Lovington dodging a bullet right there. But Artesia, if I'm coaching, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
So Lovington will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20, looks like about 23, 24-yard line. They'll spot it at the 24. We are just underway here at the start of the 3rd quarter. Cats need to come out and score on this possession and then
Force a turnover and
force a
score
turnover,
again.
yep.
They got to play like their hair's on fire here.
Twins left, Twins to the right. Send a man in motion, hand it off. Cardenas sweeping to the left side, and he is tripped up at the line as he, again, if he turns up and goes, he probably gets 4 or 5 yards out of it. Adel Villa tripped him up, and he's going to wind up with a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. So Villa on the tackle. As checking in for the Wildcats will be Prudencio as he comes back in. Brings the play in from the sideline. Bunch everybody tied on the right side. One receiver out to the left. They'll send a man in motion. Prudencio with time. Guns it down the seam to Rivero across the 50, but Elijah not able to hang on to it as he got blasted. Miguel Soto hit him right in the 4 in the back and slow to get up is Rivero.
Well, Rivero took a shot earlier in the game. Remember, he was down over on the sideline for a while.
So incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Cats as they tried the seam route. And Elijah not able to hang on to the football. Lovington going to try and keep the drive alive. Twins left, trips. Actually, Twins left and right. Single back in the backfield is Cardenas. Prudencio splits a man out even wider. That is Gutierrez. Pressure comes. Prudencio has to step up. Takes it across the 30. Angles for the sideline. Tippy toes. He's down the sideline and across the 40. Out to the 45, 46, 47-yard line.
He got out of a shoestring tackle attempt there. And we have an Artesia Bulldog down over here close to this sideline. That is number 21, I believe.
And so number
Yes,
21 would be Hayden Harcrow. So it'll be a 21-yard gain on the keeper for Prudencio and an injury timeout. Prudencio now 5 carries for 36 yards. And so a timeout on the field for the injury timeout. 11 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lovington trying to stage a comeback, and we'll come back after this. Nope, we'll just keep it right here as Harcrow's up.
Looks like he's giving to that left ankle, limping off the field with help from some of the coaching squad for Artesia.
You hate to see anybody get hurt, but he has been driving the Wildcats crazy tonight.
I meant to mention this at halftime, but talking with Ryan Weiser before the game started, good news that he is not going to have surgery, that it is his MCL that was injured, but they say that he thinks he'll be able to rehab and his football season is done, but he should be able to come back and play baseball if his rehab goes well.
Well, that would certainly be good news for the Wildcat baseball program. As we wish that young man the best of luck. And having ACL, MCL problems in my life, you got to properly rehab them. So Lovington will come out empty gun. Prudencio 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line, and it's a snap over his head. Matthew just going to have to pick it up, and he is still on his feet, and that's Cardenas, and he is back inside the 10, back at the 8-yard line. Cardenas has to eat that one. That is a 29-yard loss, and that'll go in the books as a sack. 2nd sack of the night. Ouch, 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 ouch. That takes Cardenas from 43 yards down to 14, just like that, and it is 2nd down and jowl. They've got to get it to the 47-yard line. They have it at the 10 officially. So it is second and 37. Wow. That may just be Eunice, but it's still a long way to go. Prudencio back to pass. He's flushed. Hit just as he throws. Has Gutierrez, and he has to fall down to get it. But he'll have it across the 25 to the 26-yard line. 16 yards to Jaden. And so now it's 3rd and 20. They just take it a chunk at a time. And Jaden now on the night has 80. That is 92 yards receiving on 3 catches.
Reeves comes out and Ochoa goes in.
So on 3rd down and 20 for the Wildcats, their opening possession of the second half. Trailing by 23, trying to claw back into this one against a tough Bulldog team. They show blitz, going to bring everybody. Rolling, Prudencio looks. Now he's going to have to bring it back the other way. Now he'll step up, waits for a block. Not going to find one, and he is hit and slammed home and then rolled over and slammed again. Where is the flag, young man? Axel Hartley slammed him, then grabbed him and rolled him over and slammed him again.
That's what Coach Bailey is jumping up and down here about, and now talking to one of the refs about. He wants that call.
That
flag.
should be unnecessary roughness.
And he's saying, okay, well, punt team, get out there.
So 4th and 20. And somehow Matthew ran about 75 yards for no gain.
Well, first he was getting pursued. He ended up being brought down by Axel Hartley, but first he was getting a hard pursuit by number 28, Ethan Kahn.
Charlie Campbell back deep to receive. Good snap. Patrick handles it. Ooh, that one might have got partially blocked. It's off the corner of his foot and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It's going to wind up being a 14, 15-yard kick. Ugh. That's a tough one as Artesia sets up in Lovington territory once again, and the Bulldogs have got to be smelling blood in the water.
Yeah, Lovington just hasn't been able to execute offensively, defensively, or special teams. They're just having an off night, and Artesia, credit where credit's due. Artesia has really come in and knocked them off their game.
As they spot the ball at the 40, it's a net 14-yard punt. Ouch.
Yeah.
So from the shotgun,
way.
Nope, Casadas from the shotgun, trips to the right, single receiver left, hand it off, and whistles sound. That means false start on Artesia.
Procedure against Artesia.
That'll be their 6th penalty for 50 yards. 1st and 15, move them back to the Wildcat 45. No matter the outcome of tonight's game, though, something tells me that these two teams could very well meet again in the postseason. Trips to the right side, single receiver to the left. Galindo is the deep back with Casadas. Bulldogs looking to put nails in the coffins. Casadas with time. Steps up, now he's flushed out. Goes left side, gets away from a shoestring. Little stutter step, still running. Looking to throw, jump throw, and has a man at the 30 to the 25 and down to the 20-yard line. 25-yard completion for Casadas as he's running for his life. And Galindo, who leaked out of the backfield with the 25-yard completion and a first down for Artesia. And we talked about it, and that was one of the things, is he's a lot like Casey Perez was for us. He can keep a play going with his legs, and you're going, oh, what are you doing, kid? And then all of a sudden, he finds an open receiver, and you got a first down, and you're in the Lovington red zone.
Spotted on the 21.
So just shy of the red zone. From the 21-yard line, 3 receivers left and a 4-receiver set. Casadas pump fake. Throws it, guns it, has it complete at the 15-10-5, and then into the end zone for the Artesia touchdown.
Jet Fuentes
catches it 21 yards out, and he will take it home. 2nd throwing touchdown of the night for Casadas. And Fuentes, his first catch of the night, is good for the TD. Makes this one a 42-13. Artesia lead with 7.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. As on to attempt the extra point will be Corbin Dominguez. So what can you say? Artesia's just outplayed us tonight. That's nothing No way to sugarcoat it, and that is up, and it is good. Lovington is going to keep fighting, though, but now down by 30. 7.5 to go in the third. Artesia 43, Lovington 13. Back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. It's a long kickoff for Dominguez. It'll be fielded back at the 6-yard line. Lovington bring it to the near side, looking for some room. 20, 25 to the 30, and out across the 31-yard line on the return. That'll be fielded and brought back by Alejandro Kame.
Yep.
And then a flags coming in everywhere. One coming in from the white cap, another coming in from the back judge. I think things are getting a little bit nasty out there as the helmet coming off of number 55. And we will have personal foul Lovington, personal foul Artesia. That's the second time we've had offsetting personal fouls. So it'll be 1st and 10 after Kame's return up at the 33-yard line. 7:23 remaining in the third. Artesia in Lovington, I should say, in danger of getting into running clock territory against this Bulldog team. You don't want that if you are a Wildcat fan. One thing about the Cats, they're never going to quit. Twins left, twins right. Single back in the backfield with Prudencio. Matthew waits for it, tosses, quick slant across the middle, but out of the reach of Kyler Reeves, Aiden Huffman on the defense, incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10, ball spotted at the Wildcat 33-yard line. Of course, coming up after tonight, this is the halfway point of the season. Next week is homecoming for the Wildcats as the Mayfield Trojans come into town. New addition to the district and a team that has carried the Las Cruces flag for many years. Twins left, twins to the right. Low snap as Matthew has to scoop it up. Now he's just going to need to look and see if he can find somebody close, and that one tipped. As reaching up and knocking that one down was Brody McDonald, as Elijah Rivero in the neighborhood. But nothing you could do. A couple of bad snaps tonight, uncharacteristically for the Wildcats, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, just some things going wrong that are not typical or usual for the Wildcats.
Terrell will now check into the ball game with 7:11 remaining. Unless the Wildcats can find a gear and find it quick, looks like they will go down for the 23rd straight year to Artesia. 3 receivers to the right side, single receiver to the left. Good snap this time, Prudencio with it, guns it across the middle, and that one will be intercepted. We got a flag on the play of holding, and so that'll be the first INT of the year for Prudencio, as I've got to think that they will decline this if it is indeed a holding, and it is holding on Lovington, and it will be declined, or are they going to say that the turf got the ball before the receiver did, or before the defensive back? And yep, they're going to say that no interception, so it'll move them back 10 yards. Or are they saying nope? Is it an INT? This crew has not signaled anything, and they've started marching one way and then they're marching other ways.
Yeah, they're still conferring.
And so they are going to call the INT. So the 3rd turnover of the night for the Wildcats, and Artesia is back on the defense. So that penalty will be waved off. Yep. And it is declined, and the result of the play is an Artesia first down. The INT did happen. I want to say that was Holt Crawford who got the interception. It's either Crawford or Campbell. So Artesia with a chance to put it in running clock territory from the Wildcat 47. High snap, they'll hand it on the end around to Kahn, and he gets his head taken off at midfield. Ouch. That should probably be an unnecessary roughness penalty targeting on us, but it's not. I'm thankful for that, but yeah, that one was on the line.
Yeah, definitely frustration showing through for Lovington.
So it'll be second down and 13. Kahn's fourth carry tonight for just 6 yards. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right, 4 receiver set, ball right on the 50 on the big cat. Waiting for it. Here's Casares. He'll have it, steps back, looks right, throws right, and overthrows his intended target down there, which was Byers. So now it'll be third down and 13.
Pretty good coverage on him by Ondelis.
Yep, running step for step with him. So clock stops with 6:16 remaining in the third. The Cats trail by 30.
And it seems so strange to hear that, to say that.
Byers is by himself out to the right side and a 4th receiver set. Galindo is the single back. They'll look in the option look and just keeping it himself. And getting the 3 back and a couple more is Casares. 5-yard gain for Casares, and it'll be 4th down and 8. And I've got to think that Coach Maupin probably going to go for it here on the Lovington side of the field. And Lovington has had trouble stopping you tonight, at least on the ground. And they will come out again, 4 receivers with 3 split wide to the left side. Single receivers, Byers to the right. And timeout going to be taken by Lovington. Pardon me, their single receiver to the right that time was Eglund. And we've got a flag on the play. And Coach Maupin is out wondering what it is. I don't know what they're going to call. Haven't seen a call from the Whitecap. What could he be calling? Maybe delay a game? I don't know. He still has not signaled what the call is.
No, he picked up the laundry.
It's a 5-yard penalty, so it must have been, I'm not sure what it could have been 5 yards after the fact. So it's 4th down and 14. Now Artesia will punt for the first time tonight, and I still don't know what the call was. The Bulldogs will punt it away, a high helicopter and kick that'll bounce at the 20, take an Artesia bounce and then be downed at the 13-yard line. It's just been that kind of night. So Lovington going to be pinned back deep in their own end with 5.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle, Braden Cooper on camera. Thanks for listening to Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
You know, it felt like that first half went pretty quickly, and now this third quarter has seemed almost as long as the whole first half to me.
Well, it has, and I think a lot of it is place, at least on the blue and white side of things. So Prudencio, he will pitch it. Cardenas starts it right side, cuts it back left, stiff arms a man, and jukes his way out to the 20-yard line. Good running for Dallas. It's a 7-yard pickup, and it'll be second down and 3. Again, one thing about Lovington is they are never going to stop.
No, and they are going to want to get a score to make it that much harder for Artesia to get it into running clock. Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I think that probably needs to be your goal, unless you've got something up your sleeve we hadn't seen tonight. Trailing by 4 touchdowns is back to pass. Prudencio with time. Now protection going to break down. He'll roll left, throw left, and underthrows his intended target.
And that's been the case.
Big battles going on behind him. You got to be careful there. Is big number 78, Ricky Maestas, as he was going with it over there with Damian Munoz, who had a 44-yard run last week. Hey, maybe pull that one out.
You know, that's been the case tonight. When Prudencio has been able to get rid of the ball pretty quickly, it's been successful. When the longer he goes and trying to look for somebody who's open, because Artesia's defense, they're covering pretty well. The longer he goes and the coverage breaks down, and then it's scramble and bad results.
Olguin will check in as the running back. They'll put Reeves in motion. Back to pass is Prudencio. Protection breaks down. Rolls left, throws across the middle, has a man across the 25, out to the 27-yard line where he is hit and then hit again and then hit for a third time. And so it'll be first down. As Dawn, did you see who caught that? Was that?
I think it was Olguin, but
it was Ochoa actually on the grab.
Cam Ochoa, there you go.
Welcome back, Cam.
4. See, I thought it was 4, not 24.
And back to pass. Looking to go and firing it across the middle and complete. And it'll be another Wildcat first down. As hit and hit hard is Rivero as he's up hobbling once again.
Man, he has just taken the big hits tonight.
3 catches tonight for 43 yards for Elijah. 164 through the air now for Prudencio, but he's going to have to be helped off the field. Lovington trying to pick the pace up, but hard to do when you've got an injured man. Clock stops with 4:29 remaining here in the third, and Rivero going to have to be helped off. And you certainly hope he's okay after the 11-yard gain.
A couple of hard hits have had him come up limping earlier in the game, and now just another hard one. It's hard to take that many hits and not be limping off. And
well, one thing I think tonight might teach the Wildcats, and it's something that they would have been well advised to have taken, and I'm sure the coaching staff did, is once you go from 4A to 5A, it is a different game. They hit harder, they move faster, the players are bigger, and there's usually more of them. Twins left, twins to the right. Now they're going to split. Dallas over into the slot on the right side. Empty set. High snap. Matthew with it. Pressure comes. Rolls right. Tosses right into Never Land into the bench. And that was Cameron Ochoa on the horse back. The Artesia faithful wanting a intentional grounding. Not going to get it. And it'll be incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 from the Wildcat 41. Prudencio brings the play in from the sideline. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third. Lovington down by 30. 43-13 is the score. Empty gun with 3 receivers on the left. Good snap. Prudencio, quick throw. Has Cardenas, but in and out of his hands as he was going against Ethan Cohen. It'll be incomplete. Now it'll be third down for the Wildcats. And it looked like when they were trying to pick the pace up, Dawn, they kind of got things going, but then Rivero got hurt, and they kind of abandoned picking up the tempo a little bit.
Got bogged down just a little bit here again.
Well, let's see what happens on 3rd and 10, and then maybe you think about picking the pace back up. The Wildcats going to go 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Single back is Olguin. Back to pass. High snap. Prudencio airs it out, going left side and overthrows everybody.
He was looking for good.
He got caught in a Bulldog sandwich, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down for the Wildcats and punt time for the Cats with 4:05 to go in the third. But to finish the thought, one thing, Artesia, Roswell Hine, Goddard, we saw it last week. They're big, they're physical, and they hit hard. And I'm just not sure after the last 2 weeks when Lovington got the wins, they were quite ready for the physicality, even though they knew it was coming. As Sanchez on to punt it away. 4th and 10 from the Wildcat 41. Partially blocked last time. They'll send the gunner in motion. That's Ochoa. Good snap, and they will throw it to Ochoa, and overthrown, trying the trick play, just trying to ignite a spark. I don't dislike the play. I dislike the outcome, but I don't dislike the play call. And so turn it over to the Bulldogs. They'll have it on the Wildcat 41.
With right at 4 minutes left to play in the third.
So Artesia going to try and punch it in here, get it to running clock time, which will mean that this goes very fast as the exits start becoming a popular place here at Wildcat Stadium. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Casares with Galindo. High snap, handles, dumps it off to Galindo. He's to the 40, 35 to the 30, on his horse to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, and he will take it 41 yards to the house on a wide receiver screen. His second 41-yard touchdown of the night. Frankie Galindo now has done it all. That is his 1-2-3, his 4th touchdown of the night. And it will be running clock time here at Wildcat Stadium. Wow. 172 and 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns now for Casares. And so the Wildcats are trailing now by 36 with the point after to come. Trying to make it 37. And if the exits were busy before, they're really busy now as Dominguez will boot that one halfway to Tatum. And with 3:48 remaining in the third, running clock time here at Wildcat Stadium. Bulldogs all over the Cats, 50-13. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KZOR. After a fake punt gone wrong, I like the call. The outcome wasn't what the Cats would want. Artesia took over on the 41-yard line and then took it 41 yards on one play to Frankie Galindo, his second 41-yard touchdown of the night. His first one on the first play from scrimmage, and that one on the first play of the setup there. So now it'll be running clock after the kickoff. Only stop for timeouts, changes of possession, and the changes of quarter, as it will go extremely quickly. As Dominguez, another squib kick as Lovington going to be fielded and staying on his feet, making some moves. Nunez around the left side, and he will be just shy of the 50-yard line. Nunez dangerous, but hey, sometimes you're going to have to take some chances if you want to make something happen. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line as an Artesia player arguing with the side judge over there. Not sure what he could be talking about, but okay. So no flag on the play or anything. So Prudencio will bring the play in from the sideline as we click down to 3 minutes to go in the third. 15 seconds on the play clock. Now might be the time to bring out the hurry-up offense. Gonna go with an I formation from the shotgun. Not something you see all the time. 3 receiver set. Hand it to Cardenas, and he gets back to the line and is swarmed under. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Well, Lovington can take a few things out of this tonight. One, the offense has at times looked pretty good. They've gotten a couple of touchdowns. They proved that they could answer Artesia. Just got to figure out how. Now split backs in the backfield. And a high snap, Prudencio with it. He's going to be pressured. He'll dump it, and that is off, and that is into the hands of Artesia. Off of Cardenas, and then pushing and shoving, flags everywhere. It is the second INT of the night, second INT of the season for Prudencio.
Wow. Yeah, it came off of
Yeah, it came off of Cardenas as Prudencio was getting ready to get crushed.
And it looked to me like somebody pushed Cardenas.
Yeah, somebody did, but
Artesia pushed him.
But Cardenas pushed him back, and they always get the second person.
So I don't know if they call this right, it should be offsetting.
We'll see. We've already had 2 of those tonight, and we will have unsportsmanlike conduct. Lovington, yep, they got the second guy, not the first one, and so that'll be the 4th penalty of the night on Lovington for 55 yards, but it tacks 15 yards onto the INT. 4th turnover of the night for Lovington, and it'll get it inside the 30-yard line for Artesia. So the Artesia offense going to come back out with a short field to work with and a 37-point lead. They may be thinking put this up to 50 at this point. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 28-yard line officially. Casares steps back, pump fake left, dumps it, and that'll be picked off by the Wildcats as Lovington will get it right back as Valente Herrera. He will step up and pick off Casares, and the Cats will get it right back and force the 3rd turnover of the night on Artesia.
I think it was Alex Rivera. I think it was 59.
So 59, Rivera, yes.
Yeah, he got the big mitt on it, and it reached out and just tapped it, and then it popped, and he thought, okay, I'll take this.
So
and he did.
Rivera with the INT. And we will trade turnovers. Artesia with 3 turnovers tonight. Really only 2 of them count, but now let's see if Lovington can capitalize. 45 seconds to go in the 3rd. Empty set in the gun. Prudencio trying to get him to jump. 43 in Wildcat territory. Artesia with 7 men across the front. They're going to bring the corner blitz. Pump fake for Prudencio, and he is hit, and he is slammed down back at the 37-yard line.
That was number 14 who got him down, Alex Hartley.
Be the 3rd sack of the night for the Artesia defense. And that will run out. It should run out this 3rd quarter. As, yep, it will. The 3rd quarter comes to an end. The Bulldogs in control over the Wildcats, 50-13. We are back in a minute as Wildcat football continues on KZOR. And welcome back to Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Start of the 4th quarter, and it's going to move pretty quick with Lovington trailing 50-13, running clock territory. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wildcat Stadium. Don Morgan patrolling the blue turf at Erlacher Field. Braden Cooper taking care of our camera tonight. Evie Stuber and Manny V back at Z94 KZOR, engineering and producing. And thank you for being with us where you are tonight. So it'll be 2nd down and 17 as a sack ends the 3rd quarter. As the Wildcats have just not got anything going tonight.
Yeah, that was one that Prudencio, I think, didn't see coming. He was blindsided.
And they'll throw the wide receiver screen to Gutierrez. Gets a block. It's a track rate. He's to the 40, to the 30. One man to beat to the 20, and he doesn't get him beat, but he's still down inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. And so that is going to be 65 yards on the wide receiver screen to Jaden Gutierrez, who now has 157 on the night, and move the chains. 1st down Wildcats. They're going to try and get the clock stopped. Get this under running clock time.
Saw some daylight and took it for a big gain. That was a good run. I saw some moonlight maybe, not the daylight.
No single back in the backfield, 1st and goal from the Cats from the 6. They'll split Cardenas all the way to the right sideline. Is waiting for it. Prudencio rolls, steps, fires across the middle, and 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats as he will gun that into the middle to
Cam and
Ochoa. Welcome back, Cam. So the 6-yard touchdown strike, the second of the night for Matthew Prudencio. He's now got 2:35 through the air, and that will get the clock stopped. Not going to be a running clock.
And they did their job. That, again, at one play at a time, achieve one objective at a time.
What you got to do, and comes 50 seconds into the 4th quarter. So now the point after to come. Wildcats going to go for 2. Try and get that missed extra point back.
Right, trying.
Prudencio with it, hands it off on the counter tray to Cardenas, and he just bowls his way in. Where in the heck is the flag as he is hit and slammed after the whistle sounds? No call on that, but Ochoa pops up and says, or Cardenas, pardon me, pops up and says, it's all right, and it is. We'll just keep it right here with 11:10 remaining. The Cats now trailing by 29. So it won't be running clock anymore. Big thanks to our friends at Bob's Thriftway, also Eastern New Mexico University, Battle Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Miko Services, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, the Lovington Municipal Schools, Davin Energy, Stone Oilfield Services, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply, Master Plumbers, and the Lee County Electric Cooperative, making Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR, and absolutely free of charge on YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So now, Dawn, do you maybe try and do what Carlsbad did when we were there a couple of weeks ago? See if you can get an onside kick, another quick score, and see if you can turn this into a late game track meet.
I think when you're 29 points down, you play the percentages, and you do whatever you think can give you a break, give you an advantage, and get you a score on the board. And I think that's what you do. And you're going to try for, your optimum execution on every play. Achieve one objective at a time, one play at a time.
And they are coming out, and they're looking like they're going to kick it to the left side on the onside look as Aranda has it teed up. He'll boot it down, and that one will bounce. It is loose. It is on the field, and Lovington's got it back.
Got it.
The
Kyler
Cats
Reeves.
get it on the back as Kyler Reeves takes it, and Lovington will have it 1st and 10 on the onside kick as they force a turnover on Artesia.
As Artesia has, done it twice to us tonight. Now
quote
a little
Richard,
payback here.
To quote Richard Pryor, and I can't finish the quote, we ain't dead yet.
Well, you could, but
I could on the internet side of things. I could not on the radio side of things.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's one of George Carlin's words.
Yeah.
And
7
what are
deadlies
they talking about? I don't know what this Whitecap and this side judge are discussing here. It's Lovington football. There's no flag on the play. Kyler got it clean. Coach Maupin should probably be flagged. He's out at the hash marks. He's claiming Lovington touched it before it went 10 yards, which would make it a dead ball. And that's the only thing he could be arguing. Normally when a coach comes out to the hash marks, it's an unsportsmanlike flag on the bench. Coach Bailey's asking something of this side judge, but he's not out in the huddle, basically.
No, he's actually on the sideline.
The ball spotted at the Artesia 45-yard line. Coach Maupin is still barking over there. And what the officials should probably do is say, Coach, it's been decided, go back to your sideline or I'm going to move it 15 yards further down the field. And the officials are still talking about it. What is there to talk about at this point? I mean, I'm all for getting it right, but I don't know what you could possibly be discussing at this point, Dawn.
Yeah, you got me. And they're all turned away. I can't read lips from here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
I mean, the two
now
refs over
maybe-
here could be saying, and candlesticks make a great gift.
It
but
could
I don't
be.
know.
And now the white cap, the head official, is going to come talk to the back judge and the side judge. It's their call. They're the ones that are on it to say if it got touched. That's the only thing they could be talking about is did it get touched within 10 yards? And the side judge is pointing to Lovington and shaking his head no, they didn't. That it was in a crowd of people, that they didn't touch it. And now the white cap is going to go back over and finally signal Lovington football. So after 83 and a half years, the onside kick works.
Right.
And Lovington has got some life. From the shotgun, Prudencio waits for it. Artesia shows blitz. High snap, Matthew handles it. Pressured, throws it. Reeves, complete, gets away from one. He's across the 40, down the sideline, inside the 35 to the 30-yard line.
Brought down by Adele Villa.
15 yards to Kyler Reeves and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Nice.
250 through the air now for Prudencio. Let's get the motor running. Hurry up offense time. 50 to 21. You're still down by 29 points, but nothing is impossible.
Nope, it's really important.
And
for
especially points on the board, that could come in handy later.
point differentials here.
From the shotgun, they'll stack them to the left side. Matthew with it, pressured, rolls, goes right, looks right, tucks it, fires it, and overthrows his intended target.
Patrick Sanchez.
And Patrick wanted a flag and looked like there might have been a bump there. I think it was just incidental.
Oh, was that Rivero? I think that was number
Rivero.
9, Rivero. Sorry, the 9 and the 5 looked alike.
So Rivero out there and going again, kind of wanted a flag. Like I said, I think it was just incidental contact, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you can hear the players saying, hey, we're back in it.
Not out of it yet. A lot is going to have to go Lovington's way, but
10.5 minutes to work with here.
Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Another high snap. Matthew with it. Going to have to step up in the pocket. Is hit as he throws and scooped off the turf at the 20-yard line. That was Sanchez, and he got that one. Is it going to be enough for the first down? It'll depend on the spot. I think he's going to be just a touch short. 9 yards to Patrick, and it'll be 3rd down and 1.
He got nailed by Charlie Campbell right as he caught that, and Campbell came up limping.
So 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats as they try and make a game out of this one. They're going to split Rivero out wide to the right. They're going to put Cam Ochoa in the slot on the right, and they're going to go Wildcat. High snap, and it is over the head once again, and flags fly, and that may be the best thing ever was the false start on Lovington. So false start on Lovington, and normally you go, in this case you're going, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we'll take the 5 yards instead of like a 15-yard loss.
Yeah. 15-yard sack as they go to the Wildcat. And the second time tonight they've gone to the Wildcat, and it's been snapped over Cardenas' head. Now what that is on the part of the center, Don, is really he's trying to get the ball away too quick because he knows he's getting ready to get steamrolled by a nose guard.
Yeah.
By a nose guard or by a middle linebacker.
Yeah, somebody's coming at you and hard and fast.
From the pistol formation this time, now back to the shotgun. Cardenas on the left shoulder. Option pitch to Cardenas, near side. Puts the head down, and he steps out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. He gets enough for the first down, plus some. They'll mark him at the 18. It's an 8-yard gain for Dallas. First down.
Yeah, first down despite Adele Villa and Charlie Campbell being there trying to get him out before he got that gain.
So they mark him officially down at the 20, but it's still enough for the Wildcat first down. 9:27 remaining. He steps out, clock stops. Lovington inside the Artesia red zone. As they tell him to roll the clock. Twins left, Twins right. Gutierrez in the slot on the right side. Olguin in the slot on the left. Back to pass, blitz comes, dump it on the little crossing route, complete.
Gutierrez.
That is to Gutierrez. He turns the corner and is bumped out inside the 5 they're going to say right at the 5. 15 yards to Gutierrez and move the chains. First and goal, Wildcats.
Once again, when Prudencio has been able to get rid of that ball within one and a half seconds, success.
172 for Jaden Gutierrez. 274 through the air now for Matthew Prudencio, and it'll be first and goal for the Wildcats with 9:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lovington trying to mount the comeback of all comebacks. 3 receivers to the left side, single receiver to the right. And in motion is Sanchez. Prudencio is going to be sacked and got the ball away. Sanchez was in the neighborhood, but he was being slung down by Campbell. Incomplete.
Yeah.
The guys next to me happens to be the Artesia radio crew, and they wanted a intentional grounding. There was a guy in the neighborhood, boys. Sorry.
Yeah, Sanchez was close enough. And big number 69 was right there in pursuit as well. Don't have a 69 on their roster. 59, sorry, that is.
They've got every other number
Grantham.
on. They've got every other number on it.
Caden Grantham. All the way to almost 100.
Second and goal from the 5 for the Wildcats. Single back in the backfield. High snap, Matt handles it, tosses, quick throw, and that'll be picked
INT.
off, and that one's coming all the way back.
No.
As the INT to the 40, to the 50, as Matthew never
Adele
gives
Villa.
up, but he's to the 20, 15, 10, and a 90-yard INT. As via the interception return, ouch, and that's the dagger. You've got to think, as now Artesia going to put it in, as Villa just jumped that route and then took off. But credit to Matthew Prudencio never giving up, forced him to cut back, and that kind of slowed him up a little bit and gave him time to go down. And we've got flags on the play.
Well, if we're lucky, we'll see.
Nope, they waved it off, so it'll be first and goal for Artesia from the 10-yard line, as timeout going to be taken now by the Bulldogs with 8:44 remaining in the ball game. It's Artesia 50, Lovington 21. We are back in 30 seconds on Z94 KZOR. Out of the Wildcat timeout as Coach Bailey takes that, I think, just to settle his troops down. It'll be first and goal for Artesia after the INT and a 90-yard return by Villa. So from the 10-yard line, Casadas is the quarterback. And looks like he may have a new running back running with him. And actually, we've got 2 new players in the game. The new quarterback in the ball game is going to be Derek Warren. So Warren, the new quarterback, and Pata is the running back. And Coach Maupin is still barking at the far side officials. I don't know what he could be mad about this time.
You're up 50-21 on the scoreboard, still arguing.
I think it's called him showing a part of himself that none of us really want to see.
Yeah, I understand. As a coach, you advocate for your team no matter if you're 50 points ahead or 50 points behind. I get it.
And now the official going to come over and talk to Coach Bailey. Can we just play this ball game, please? I mean, this has been it has been a hotly contested game. Artesia is in the lead, but this has come down to the point, and again, this officiating crew, I think, for the most part tonight, has done a fantastic job, but lately they have just not kept control of the pace of the game. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because, I mean, we've had some calls go for us, we've had some calls go against us, so they're calling it down the middle. I'll give them that. So Warren is the new quarterback. Para is his running back. 8:44 to go. Low snap, give it to Parra. He's going to sweep out to the left side. He'll get a block, go for the left corner, and he is in from 10 yards out as Parra on his first carry of the game will get the Artesia touchdown and make it 56-21, back to a 35-point lead for the Bulldogs. The point after to come, and then back to running clock timing. But like I said earlier, Lovington can take a lot of lessons from this. I had a high school coach, it was not my high school coach, but a well-known coach in Texas tell me one time after his team got beat, he said, TJ, there's no such thing as a good loss. I would disagree with him there and say that, well, yeah, in this case it can. You know that when you do and execute well, that you can hang with these Bulldogs as the point after is good, that you now have a better idea what it's going to take to beat them. And I'm going to take Artesia as the example here, Dawn, as last year during the regular season, Roswell High basically whipped Artesia and won district. Artesia wound up playing Roswell High again in the state championship game last year in 5A, and then basically whipped Roswell High. So Artesia learned what it took to play Roswell last year when they got beaten in the regular season, and then took that lesson and applied it in a state title game. I think Lovington could do that. I think maybe in that case, that loss is okay because you take some lessons out of it. And again, that coach, well-known, well-respected, so there's no such thing as a good loss, but I think maybe in this case, it might be a good loss.
Maybe not a good loss, but good lessons that come out of the loss, and maybe a chance to turn that loss into a victory later on. Turn it around.
That would be the hope, and of course you got a short week because we've got an early start time next week with the homecoming game in a Las Cruces. As a matter of fact, all the rest of our games, if the schedule is correct, and I'll double check that with Coach Murad, the rest of our games this season start at 6.
Yeah, because of the travel times for the team, for at least. Yeah.
As Dominguez will come and kick it away, and this one is a high end-over-ender and into the end zone and out to the 20-yard line. That's where the Cats will take over, trailing 57-21. But still a lot you can take out of this loss. Again, you now know what Artesia is going to do. You now know how physical they are. And you've got them on tape, and, well, you're going to have them in the muscle memory, too, and in the bruises you've got from getting run over, basically, tonight, of what it's going to take to come up and stop them. And you're going to take those lessons tomorrow and next week and apply them against Mayfield and then against Deming, or Mayfield and then Gadsden and then Deming and then Santa Teresa, and then go to the playoffs. High snap, handled. Wide receiver screen, Alec Olguin, his first catch tonight, turns the corner, gets a block. He's down the sideline, 40, 50, to the 40. One man to beat, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. But it's coming back
in
as
the
we
backfield.
It is an 80-yarder to Alec Olguin that's coming back on a hold on the line, as on the seal-off block. Coming around and sealing it off was number 55, and I don't have a 55, but they're going to say that he held on that, so it'll wipe out an 80-yard touchdown and turn it into a 10-yard penalty. That's just been the kind of night it is.
Yep, it has just kind of been a bad luck, hard luck night for the Cats, and some good football that Artesia's been playing.
And that one happened 10 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And Alec he caught one pass tonight earlier in the first half for 16 yards. Now they're going to march off 10 yards. So we'll replay first down, and if it's from the spot, it'll be about first down and 15 or so. As they're discussing where to march it off from, and they'll march it off from the 25. As they'll take it all the way back, to the 15-yard line. That's where it'll be first down and 15 for the Wildcats. An 80-yard touchdown off the board on a hold. Again, just that kind of night. Clock continues to move. 7:45 remaining here in the contest. After tonight, Artesia will go to 4-2 and should be number 1 in the land. Next week, Lovington, I've got to think, is still going to be number 2, maybe fall to number 3, but I got to think just to number 2. Twins left, Twins to the right. Matthew ready for it. Put it in the gut of Cardenas, and he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, 5 yards for Dallas, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Well, they're going to give him forward progress across the 20 to the 22. So give him 7 yards and make it 2nd down and 8.
If Lovington can just keep control and
throw it underneath, and Rivero juggles it and bobbles it, can't hold on to it.
he's headed for the sidelines.
Isaiah's got to be hearing footsteps in his head. I mean, he's been blasted a couple of times tonight.
He's
Normally,
been flattened.
He has been. He's flattened, steamrolled,
pressed,
picked up,
crumpled.
pressed. Did you got your thesaurus out of the SUV, didn't you? Twins left, Twins right on 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. 6:20 remaining. They'll split Cardenas over to the right side. He'll be the near receiver. Empty gun. Prudencio back, has time, throws it down the seam and in between 2 Bulldogs, and no Wildcat in the neighborhood except maybe Cardenas trying to get there, and it'll be incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and punt time for the Wildcats.
He was the intended target, got to feel. Harcrow and Garcia, Javian Garcia, were the defenders there.
So the Wildcat special teams out back again. Artesia not even bothering to send anybody back to retrieve it, so they're going to try and block this one out. Well, Lovington may be going for it. As timeout going to be taken by the Wildcats. 5:37 remaining in the ball game. Artesia 57, Lovington 21. We're back in 30 seconds here on KZOR. Out of the Wildcat timeout, they'll be facing a 4th down and 9. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Braden Cooper running the camera. Manny V, Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square tonight. And a score update for you over next door in Hagerman. The Tatum Coyotes beat the Hagerman Lake Arthur combined squad 56-22 tonight. So congratulations. That puts Tatum with 2 wins in a row. Still waiting on an update on the Hobbs score from Alamogordo. Hobbs was in command of that one going into the half. That game may well be over at this point. Bill Lovington, they're going to keep fighting. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. 4 receiver set, Matthew with it. Pump fake, now comes across the middle. Has Alec, he'll have to slide down and get it at the 40. It'll be enough for the 1st down. Final score, Hobbs 49, Alamogordo 21. Thank you, Braden. As that'll be a 21-yard completion and move the chains. 1st down Wildcats, their 16th of the night. Alec's 2nd catch of the night. Lovington going to go in the hurry-up offense. Play fake, get it to Alec again. Spin move, gets away from one, then hit from behind. Crosses the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Good for 6 to Alec. Let's take a deep breath right quick, guys. I need to catch my stats up. There is 295. With that completion, Prudencio is over 300 yards through the air on the night, but a couple of killer INTs. Fake the handoff, throw it on a little up route to Olguin again. And it'll be another Wildcat 1st down on 8 more yards to Alec. 20, 37, 42. 50 yards exactly now for Olguin on the reception. Hand it off to Cardenas. He'll go right side, gets through the 1st level, and then the linebackers will come swarm him under as he gets to the 41-yard line. Be a pickup of 4 for Dallas. He's got 40 yards on 14 carries. That's not really fair because he lost 30 yards on a Wildcat snap that went over his head. He'll be on the right shoulder. We're at 4 minutes, running clock. Lovington trying to get it out of there. Prudencio rolls right as the coverage breaks down. Looking for some help, just going to have to tuck it, take it himself. Takes it up the far sideline and steps out right at the first down marker as Prudencio will have enough to move the chains. First down Lovington, they're 18th of the ball game. Wow, they're going to say he stepped out just shy. So it'll be third down and about a half inch. 3.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Artesia putting in their secondary and their third string players. Now up under center, and they're just going to do the push on the quarterback keeper, Prudencio. Matthew with another 2 on his credit. And move the chains. That'll be the 18th Wildcat first down. Lovington going to keep fighting, try once again to get this under running clock timing. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right from the far hash mark. Oh boy, that was close to a false start. Matthew goes over the head of everybody, and you could have very well had a hold in the backfield. Not going to get it. As that, I'm sure, didn't feel real good as Damian Munoz decided to use one of Artesia's big boys as a recliner. I think that was Christian Pondo. He decided to make his personal couch. Could have been a hold, didn't call it. Incomplete, second down and 10. Of course, clock continues to move, 2.5 minutes remaining. 57-21, Artesia up by 36. And Lovington trying to get it back under the mercy rule timing once again. Clock continues to move, 4 receiver set. Prudencio with it, and yep, false start on the Wildcats. That is their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th penalty of the night for 75 yards. We'll move them back 5 yards as we click down under 2 minutes to play. Second down and 15 for the Wildcats. So put it back at the Bulldog 39-yard line. Good snap, Prudencio with it, pressured, throws it, goes near side. And 5-yard completion. Who caught that over there, Dawn?
Don't know. It's too far away.
So Olguin with it. Olguin with another catch, good for 5 yards. So now third down and 15. 3:14 through the air for Prudencio as Lovington going to take their third and final timeout with 90 seconds remaining on the clock, 97 seconds remaining. So a lot to take out of this one tonight, Dawn, but it's going to hurt for a little while, and
yeah,
and I think this is kind of Artesia too. And I mean, I'm gonna take the devil's advocate role here for just a second. This is Artesia's way of saying that they were underrated and undervalued. Everybody can have a bad game, and they certainly did against Hobbs. And then they got blasted by Centennial, but Centennial, pretty good chance they're going to be blasting everybody this year. So Artesia had a pretty good chip on their shoulder, I've got to think, coming into this one, thinking we're the defending champs. We're not the number 3 team in the state, and we're going to prove it. And I think kind of they have tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have come out. They had something to prove, and at least they won this game. Now, again, it will be important how Lovington handles the loss moving forward. I mean, they came in, kind of that 5-0 run, and
it's not like the season's over.
No,
I mean, Lovington 5-1 is still
all.
going to have the best
Exactly.
record in Class 5A in the state.
Yeah, but how they handle it, and if they take it like, all right, we lost it, but that's not going to. This is not the team that we're going to be.
Prudencio pump fake, now forced out, rolls right. Just going to have to tuck it, and he will skitter out after 3 yards on the keeper. And Artesia would be fine with letting him do that all day long because it keeps the clock moving. And it'll be third down and approximately, we'll call it third down and 9.
Yeah, I mean, Lovington can decide, okay, this is our one loss of the season.
That could very well be the case. Good snap, Prudencio. Slides to the left, tosses to the end zone, jump ball, and knocked away by Artesia. Good throw, and just going for the 50-50 ball up there.
That was number 23, Miguel Soto, defending. knocking it away.
No, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and to the end zone for the Wildcats as we got 45 seconds left to play. I can't think they're going to punt it. They're bringing the punt team out, but or are they going to try a field goal here? Aranda's certainly got the leg for it, but Aranda's still on the sideline. Oh, that was 4th down, and so it was over on downs. Okay. So over on downs as Artesia does not, they'll have to snap the ball one time. There is 1 second difference between play clock and game clock. So Warren will come over and come out to take the snap. Warren will take it, put the knee down, and that will do it. As our final tonight, Artesia knocks off the Wildcats 57-21 the final. We'll be back with your Devon Energy postgame report and your Bob Shriftway coaches conversation. As Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. It is time for your Devon Energy postgame report from Devon Energy, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics. Remember, Devon Energy is looking for great folks here in Lee County to go to work. Check out devon.com to see their latest openings. The Wildcats will fall to 5-1 tonight after falling to Artesia 57-21. A quick look at the final numbers for Artesia tonight. Isaac Casares, a very workmanlike night, goes 9 of 17 for 172 yards. He has 3 touchdowns and throws 3 interceptions. His favorite target, Frankie Galindo is his running back. 2 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Jack Byers, 3 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Jet Fuentes, 1 catch. It was a 21-yard touchdown. On the ground, Frankie Galindo, 8-yard lunch. 10 carries, 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 40 yards for Casares on the ground and a touchdown. He was sacked once, and then Pata with a touchdown run. They get 172 through the air, 192 on the ground, 364 total. They were flagged 6 times for 55 yards, turned the ball over 4 times, and they score in the ball game. They get 14 in the first, 22 in the second, 14 in the third, and 7 in the fourth and final period. For your Lovington Wildcats, Matthew Prudencio tossing the ball all over the yard tonight. Finishes up 18 of 42 for 314 yards. He has 2 touchdowns, a 6-yarder to Cam Ochoa. Welcome back, Cam, and a 47-yarder to Jaden Gutierrez. Gutierrez lit it up tonight, 172 receiving yards, but 3 interceptions, first 3 INTs of the year for Prudencio. So 314 through the air. On the ground, Dallas Cardenas hard sledding, 14 carries for 40 yards, including a 6-yard touchdown run. Those numbers a little bit skewed because he was in as the Wildcat quarterback and got sacked for a 29-yard loss. Matthew Prudencio, 10 carries, 40 yards tonight. He was also sacked a couple of times, but they weren't big yardage losses. 314 through the air, 79 on the ground, 393 total for the Wildcats. They win that battle, but unfortunately they lose the battle on the scoreboard. Were flagged 7 times for 75 yards, had 18 first downs in the ballgame, but also 4 turnovers for Lovington, as now they have to just turn around, put it behind them, and get ready for homecoming next week with the Mayfield Trojans coming to town. That game will be a 6 o'clock start time, and I will confirm, but I believe all the rest of our games this season will all be 6 o'clock start times due to the travel distance with the Big South teams from the El Paso area, Las Cruces, and Deming. We will confirm that, though, with the athletic department next week, because sometimes schedules say one thing and they wind up doing other things. Yeah, and they've actually got us playing Gadsden at 7 and Santa Teresa at 7 now, with Deming and Mayfield being at 6. Thank you, Braden. Braden Cooper running our camera tonight and doing a nice job. So the Cats will fall to 5-1, and I've got to think will fall out of the top slot in Class 5A. I'm not sure that's the worst thing that could happen. It can refocus you, make you, realize what you're up against. Artesia improves to 4-2 on the year, but more importantly, 3-0 in district. They will have the inside track to the district championship race now with 3-0 and 4 games left to play. Of course, everybody can have a bad game, and there are still some tough ones left on Artesia's schedule. So the Wildcats, though, he's got to put this one behind him and get ready to move on to homecoming next week against the Mayfield Trojans, as Coach Bailey has the guys down and he is talking to them, giving him his final words. We will have, of course, your Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation coming up here in just a few minutes right here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR Hobbs app. Also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, by the way. Once we get to 2,000 subscribers, somebody else will get $100 of my money, not coming from our great sponsors or the station, coming from me as a way of saying thank you for subscribing and watching. And, of course, we're also on HobbsAmerica.com. So a disappointment tonight for Lovington, 57-21. Not sure anybody would have been totally shocked if they'd have said Artesia won this game, but I think winning it by 36 points, I think maybe that is a little bit of a shocker as the losing streak continues to Artesia, as Lovington has not knocked them off since 2001. Hey, so now our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation with Coach Bailey.
All right, Coach, you just told your team in the huddle this is a test, basically.
Yes,
this loss is a test of faith, and we're going to find out who you are.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I'm sad, obviously. Nobody likes to lose. I'm a competitive guy. And I truly believe that we're a good enough football team to beat them. I just didn't play very good tonight, and that happens. That's part of football too. And I think that it is good for us. I meant what I said in there. you can have faith over fear all day long when you don't have anything that challenges it, you know. And we're going to have an opportunity to figure out if we truly mean what we say. Are we really? Do we love each other enough to care more about each other than the noise? Because there's going to be some noise now that we were not as good or anything, and that's fine. That's fine. We're going to care about us. We're going to worry about us.
And you're going to you made the team a promise to make it better, to make them better, and to come out and use this game as a lesson. That's kind of what we've talked about during this game, during this last half. In fact, TJ Miracle told a story, and just that goes back just to last season when Artesia lost in a big way to Roswell the first time they played. Then they ended up playing again for the championship, and Artesia turned the tables and whipped them because they used that first game as a roadmap, and they proved themselves, and they beat that test.
Yes, ma'am. I was in a situation like that also in 2009. We beat Bertalis here for the district championship and then played them in the state championship and got our butt kicked. I mean, it's definitely possible. We just have to prove, again, like you just said. You said everything perfect. We've got to prove to ourselves that it's worth the effort that it's going to have to take to get there. We've got, and I know that they want it that bad. They just got to convince themselves that it's worth it. They got to keep fighting, keep working, and lean into each other. They can't lean away. They got to trust us more. We got to trust them more. It just comes down to figuring out if we've got the integrity and the faith that we say we do.
And, of course, you know, looking at the technical things of how you can stop Galindo, how you can, try to keep Prudencio a little more protected. Those kinds of things that we're showing tonight as ways that Artesia was getting to you guys and putting you down, but temporarily tonight.
Yes, ma'am. And obviously there's always some context to situations, you know, when one of those situations for me is I'm never going to be the type and never have been the type to just try to run the clock out and lose by 21. The only way for us to get back in that game is to try to throw our way back into the game and make the big plays. And doing that, they know we're throwing. They know they're going to bring the pressure. They know they're going to cover us. I mean, it makes it harder, and that's okay. But I don't care. Losing is losing to me. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's how I am. And so fans and everybody else, they can learn that if I know that it's going to take an exceptional effort throwing the ball or whatever to get us back in the game, that's the only way to get us back in the game, I'm going to try that at the expense of losing a closer game. Right. And I will always do that.
And it worked. You got more points on the board. You didn't just, leave the field, roll over and die at that point. You guys stayed in it and kept fighting, put some more points on the board. And those points also, can become important, especially in a big district with a lot of teams who are the top teams, in your division and classification. Yeah,
it caps at 12 points. And so we beat Roswell High by 12. More than 12, and now we've lost by more than 12. So now we need Roswell High to beat Artesia by more than 12. And that's that's really the formula. It's as simple as that. And so, we'll have to just see how the cards fall. But at the end of the day, we can't worry about those things. We just got to go get better this week and be ready for the homecoming battle against Mayfield.
That's what you've said is you can't control anybody else. You can only control what you do, what we do. And, here comes Mayfield, and with the distractions, that come with homecoming, but some extra, I think there's incentive, that comes with and some excitement that does come with homecoming as well. So what's the plan against Mayfield?
I'm not sure yet. Just play hard, and we'll dive into the film tomorrow morning and see what they're all about. And we'll have a great game plan ready. And if we're not excited to get back onto this football field and prove to ourselves and everybody else that we're still a good football team, then there's something wrong with us.
All right. We'll be excited.
Yes,
we'll be here. And, again, lessons to be learned and faith over fear.
Yes, ma'am. And I have to also say I got to give credit where credit's due. And that's a great football team. And Coach Maupin does a great job. And so, I can't just point out all the bad stuff we did without pointing out that they did a lot of good stuff too. So, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Fair is fair. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one tonight as the Artesia Bulldogs come in and make their case for number one by knocking off the Lovington Wildcats 57-21 to take control of the district race and maybe Class 5A in the Land of Enchantment. For Manny V and Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. For Braden Cooper running our camera tonight on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. For Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Lovington and Wildcat Stadium. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.